Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome everybody, KS Gaming 51 here. We're live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for HTL's iRacing League tonight. I will be joined by Hunter. He was just here. He had to step away for a second, so he'll be right back. He'll be joining me for the rest of the race. Should be a very interesting race. Fourth race of the season. These guys are looking to really put that pedal to the floor and really fly around Las Vegas tonight, and hopefully the dice rolls snake eyes for them. So we'll be bringing up some different things for them. Right now, the standings are looking like Mark Parkhurst is sitting in first right now with 163 points. Dylan McDonald sitting second after his win a couple weeks ago at 150. Blake Henderson with 142. Dean Clavitt, the winner of Daytona, first race of the season, sitting right there in fourth with 140. And fifth place is Wes Fuller at 136 points. Alistair Kirk in that 51, sitting with 130. Corey Andon, second place finisher and third place finisher in the first and second race of the season, sitting seventh right now at 128 points. Then we have Matt Smith in that 29 Toyota sitting in 127 points in 8th place. Matt Boone sitting in the 83 and his Dr. Pepper machine sitting in the 126 point spot, tied with Angel Santiago with 126 total together, both tied for 9th. 11th goes to Alfred Denny at 120. Nathan Estep at 118, tied with Greg Wood also for 12th. Chris Pendell, last week's winner in that thriller at Rockingham, sitting in that 6 car and moved up to 14th with 117 points. Tied with Matthew Steven as well. Corey Kobe in that 10 car has had some rough luck the last few weeks, sitting in 16th right now. Guy Clem 17th, Hunter Whitlock 18th. Marcus Chafin has had a very rough, bumpy start to the season, sitting in 19th place, tied with John Gutkunst right now with 101 points. Gary Donaldson sitting 21st with 100. Looking at the April Absurdity that's going on right now, we are in round 3 of the April Absurdity. These are the matchups to watch for tonight. 8 drivers going for the next round at North Wilkesboro, and then the final round at Indianapolis, where one pair of drivers will face off to see who finishes higher in the race standing or race position or standings for the race, to see who wins the $50 for this. Right now, it's Wes Fuller battling the 56 of Dean Clavitt, the 90 of Angel Santiago battling the 78 of Greg Wood. Dylan McDonald in that 20 or 38, the 21 of I'm not. I can't find the 20. Alfred Denny is sitting there also battling, and the 55 is battling the 83 as of Matt Boone tonight. So big competition all around. Race details tonight is the EPI 175 brought to you by Elite Performance Industries again this week. Las Vegas Motor Speedway 1.5 mile tri-oval speedway. Some things to watch for tonight. Nathan Estep, highest returning finisher from last season. He finished third in this race last season. This is the first 1.5 mile track of the season. Fastest race lap was performed by Bryce Borer in the practice race. 10 lead changes at Vegas last season. So a lot of guys up front running around, passing each other. We'll see what happens tonight. Like I said, this is the round 3 of April Absurdity as well of 5. Track temp tonight, 89 degrees, 6% of humidity, 3 mile an hour wind, so not a lot of breeze out there like we've had the last couple weeks. Stages are set for tonight for lap 20 and lap 55. 116 total laps for tonight, completing the 175-mile EPI race tonight. And I think, if I heard, sounded like Hunter was back. Hunter, you there?
I am.
All right, Hunter, welcome back to the broadcast booth. Thank you for jumping in last minute here. Was kind of sitting by myself, and it's a lot to talk about by yourself. So I'm glad you were able to jump in. Really appreciate you jumping in. Really enjoyed last time when you were in here a couple weeks ago, and like I've always said, you're a very, very skilled, very fast driver. So perfect person to have in here to be able to give me the driver's perspectives and maybe work on some strategies or what drivers might be thinking in their heads if it was you in the seat instead of them. So thank you for jumping in.
No problem. Happy to be here.
All right. Well, like I said, we are at Las Vegas tonight. Got about 10 minutes before the green flag drops here. They should be starting qualifying just in about a minute. Right now, in practice, Corey Andon is the fastest in that 94. He finished second in the first race at Daytona and third in the second race of the season. Bryce Boyer sitting there in second place in practice, and Shad Swatsworth up to third in practice. All three of them running really fast laps, only separating by about 1 to 2 100ths at the top of the board. Looking at the April Absurdity, like I said, Wood will be facing off against Santiago tonight, one of the most anticipated battles between teammates. Wood has been running up front all season, but hasn't gotten the results he's desired, as he's kind of had some late race cautions that have caught him up in it. Angel Santiago finally broke through last week with the top 3, so this should be really fun to watch between these two. Denny and McDonald have been battling it out. McDonald has been one of the best drivers up to this point, moving up through the point standings, and goes up against one of the quietest drivers, I guess, all season of Alfred Denny. So Denny somehow needs to make it up front and end on these things with McDonald likes to ride up front all race. So Denny might have to come out of his comfort zone a little bit and try to push towards the front tonight to stay up there with McDonald. Clavitt and Fuller have both been pretty quiet after great Daytona races. Both of them were, leading a lot of laps at Daytona, so they're really hoping to bounce back and have a pretty good Vegas race here. Hoping to move up through the points as well. They're sitting both in the top 10, so just trying to catch the overall points leader right now. Boone and Steven in the 83 and 98. They've 98's kind of had some bad luck. I've seen him up in the wall a few times the last few races, but the drivers he's been competing against, he's been able to beat them out still by the end of the race to finish up further in the standings than them. Boone has been really, really fast. Has been a pole magnet. He's gotten the last 2 poles of the season so far. Steven has been a little bit all over the place to start this season. So we'll see if Steven can overcome some odds and beat Boone, who's been really fast. And Hunter, I watched Boone last week at the pole. He was up front pretty much the entire race, pretty much was in the top 5 all race, and then got taken out late in the race. And I think he wound up finishing about 7th or 8th in that race. But we both know Boone pretty well from console side, or from iRacing side, from Turn Down for What. Super skilled driver, super easy going. You don't really see a lot of problems
Tires
with
baby
him.
master. Also restrictor plate king.
Yeah, also yes. He seems to be really fun, really fast at super speedways lately, and been winning a bunch of them. So now we're going to Las Vegas. I don't remember how he did on the iRacing side and turned down for what, but I think he would be a good choice tonight. He's usually pretty good at conserving tire and really watching how his car moves through the field and things like that. But I don't know who to pick for tonight. I know last week number 6 was really fast. Um, Chris Pendel, and he wound up winning the race. Pretty much led majority of the race. So um, there's a few drivers tonight that I could probably pick on to be up in that top 5 spots, and I don't know which one of them to pick for a win. Bowling's asking who's in the booth with me. That would be Hunter Peach, uh, up in
I
the booth
mean,
with me
looking
right
at
now.
practice, I mean, pretty competitive. Corey was fast. McDonald always set the fastest. I think he was our Michigan winner last time I was in here. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
he did
correct.
really good. Drove a little bit this car. It's definitely hard to drive, but should be interesting. A lot
Off.
better than I think what the drivers that faced at Michigan with all that wind and low track temp.
Right. Well, we're underway for qualifying, and right now it looks like Shad's on top with a 30.564, which, if I'm not mistaken, was pretty close to the practice fastest lap. So um, I don't know if that was his first lap or if that was his final lap, but he looks pretty fast tonight.
The fastest practice lap was a 30 point. Hold on, let me see. I think it was a 30.3 or 30.2. It was 30.299.
Well, that's probably a draft lap too. So 2 to 3 tenths
It was at
off.
night on, so
Yeah, that's true. Well, this should turn to a night race. So um, I think from what they told me earlier, this would be the first night race of the season. So we should see those temperatures start to go down a little bit. As of right now, they're 92 on track, 89 is air temp. So um, within an hour, they could be down in the 80s and cool off a little bit and maybe give a little bit more grip. I see Marcus Chafin out there saying, "Have a great call tonight, guys. Hopefully, we can put on a show." I'm sure you guys will put on a show tonight for EPI. Like I said, it's Elite Performance Industries is the sponsor tonight, so should be a very, very good race. Vegas usually puts on a really good show, Hunter, with guys being able to just pass and make moves and carry a lot of speed through the corners. Just hoping guys, don't run each other over. That's one thing I've noticed with Vegas is you do get some runs coming out of the corners, and if you don't pay attention to that, you
restarts are
will.
very key.
Yeah, well, yeah, restarts are also very key.
But my experience at Vegas, you want track position to have a shot at winning it, but restarts should be the craziest thing you ever see in real life. Might be go 4 wide, 3 wide when they get into one. But
Well,
notice every
I
every
hope
group
they're
does
not
work
four
at this
wide going
track.
into one.
It's a good chance.
Well, I mean, if it's the last restart of the race, I'm okay with four wide, but I hope they stick to maybe 2, 3 at the very most for a lot of these restarts, if they even have multiple restarts. Like I said, we will have the stage breaks at lap 20 and lap 55 of this race. Um, so there will be 2 restarts on top of the initial start of the race for sure, but hopefully not too many others.
Look at these lap times. I do see some people improving the daytime than what they were at night, so could be something to watch for.
It's weird that they were practicing at nighttime and then qualifying is at the daytime, and the race I think is nighttime. So it's kind of weird, but I really wasn't paying attention to the if it was daylight or night during the practice. So, but I am seeing a lot of shadows on track, and iRacing is pretty realistic, Hunter. So I mean, these shadows might play a little bit of a part with guys being able to see going into the corners. That sun shining in the window in certain spots of this track, and then as you duck into the corner, it's dark. So
Exactly. I mean, I would say probably the biggest one will be coming off of 4. I think they'll be fine on the back stretch, but 3 and 4 is probably gonna be the biggest one where you actually see that sun take effect, especially on restarts when they get in that restart zone.
yeah, this should be an interesting race. I don't know who to pick. Who would you, out of what you're seeing on practice, what would you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Guy Clems looks like one to watch. I mean, I look at his lap times. He was 300 slower in practice at night, but I mean, he's 300 faster in daytime and qualifying. So I mean, he might be wanting the sun a little bit more. He might have found something. But also, you got Greg Wood and Shad, obviously, and Corey and them up there.
Oh, Blake Henderson
So
just
there's a
jumped to
lot
the
of
top
people.
too. And
Yeah, there's a
Flavin just
lot.
jumped to second. Matt Boone
I,
just
I
jumped
like
up to
Guy Clem. I
sixth as
think he
well.
might have figured. I think he might have figured something out because he definitely picked up time from practice.
Well, definitely, definitely interesting. So we'll throw it into the commercial real quick and come back, and they're about to go to grading, and we'll go from there. And I just realized I was talking on mute. So, Hunter, we are back here for qualifying. Dylan was out there running a few more laps. What I was talking about to myself was I've noticed that the last couple weeks here in this league, a few guys, they'll come out and they'll run a lap real quick in qualifying, and then they'll just sit here and keep practicing rather than just pulling over and stopping. Qualifying is not essentially over. Your spot is over with. You can't gain any more positions by continuing to run laps. But you can still run laps and put, some more practice laps together closer to the startup time. Have you seen anything like that in other leagues?
Eh, I don't. Not really enough. I mean, I personally don't really do it, but I mean, I guess whatever works for you. I mean, a little extra tag time can make a big difference. They could be learning like what they made a mistake in qualifying, try it the second time around, like a third extra lap, and then okay, well, we made a mistake that first time. Let's try something different here on like that third lap that doesn't count. And they could have found something that worked better there. So I mean, I guess it's just all trial and error. They didn't like their qualifying lap. They probably tried something different there on a short run. Obviously, you didn't get a long run, so I think they're just probably playing a little bit more shorter run.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of I've just noticed it the last couple weeks where there's guys who've definitely put down their qualifying lap, but then they're still on track, just running laps and laps and laps because they have 10 minutes of qualifying, is their time period. So if you come out and you run, within the first couple seconds of qualifying being available, you're out there running your lap already. You still technically have maybe 8 or 9 minutes of practice laps that you could essentially sit here and run. Um, and one of the guys I've noticed doing it is Dylan McDonald, and he's been really fast the last couple weeks. Obviously, won at Michigan, but he's been right there the last couple weeks, and I don't know if it's benefit for him or if it's just calming his mind before the race starts or what it is. But I've only seen it done here. I don't really notice it anywhere else. But the qualifying is over with, and our pole award goes to Wes Fuller in that 5. I'm pretty sure Mama Fuller, once she gets in here and realizes that Wes Fuller got the pole tonight, she's going to be happy. Bryce Bowler going to be sitting on the outside front row in that 1 car. Corey Andon, who was fastest in practice, sitting 3rd. Blake Henderson, owner admin of HTL iRacing League, sitting 4th on that 2nd row. Shad Swatsworth in the 88, sitting 5th on the inside row in that 3rd row. Greg Wood in the 78, starting 6th. Tyler Woodard starting 7th. Corey Kobe in that 10 Ford will be 8th. Matt Boone in the 83 will be sitting 9th. Kevin Gibney Jr. will be starting 10th in the 31. And Hunter, go ahead and take some more.
And Hunter Winlock will be starting 11th in that Toyota, in that Chevy, my bad. And then on his outside is Guy Clem, one of my picks. I think he'll be a little sleeper today. Behind him in 13th will be Angels. I'm not really going to pronounce it. Sorry. Santiago. Right. And in 14th is Matthew Smith. Behind them, I'll get.
It's 15th Alfred Denny. 16th is Ryan Moutre. 17th is Marcus Chafin. 18th Christopher Pendell, last week's winner. 19th Dylan McDonald. Not a very good qualifying for him.
Watch for it. And 19th.
Yeah, I mean he does come from the back every week it seems. So John Gutkins.
Like a Jordan Bain.
Yeah. John Gutkins going to start 21st. Dean Clavitt starting 22nd. Nathan Eastep 23rd. Matt Steven 24th. Nathan Blankenship will be our race control tonight. Gary Donaldson is going to be starting 26th.
Lots of good drivers. A lot to choose from. Well, the lights are already on to check, so I guess there's no daytime, so we're definitely racing at night.
Yeah, I thought they said it was going to be a night race, so I'm going to be kind of excited to see the lights kind of moving off these cars and everything.
Temperature went down 1 degree already.
Yeah, it's going to start falling pretty quick. That Las Vegas air temp's going to start dropping, but pace cars down onto pit road, and we are going to get underway here. The 1 car is going to be sitting in the outside row. Wes Fuller, the lead car. And he's sitting on that bottom as he gets on the pedal and starts up, beats the 1 to the finish line.
Does not go.
The 1, he tried to get a jump on it. Wes Fuller laid back and waited and made sure that once he let off the gas so he didn't get a jump on him, it stalled the 1 out, and the 1 just fell right there, falling all the way back to 3rd right now. But, yeah, Corey Andon, great jump, sitting on the 5. Those 2 are teammates, so and I believe those 2 are battling in our April absurdity as well. So, starting off well tonight, 2 teammates up front, the 1 on the outside of turns 3 and 4, trying to come through the front. Hunter, at the beginning of this race, you would think people would start, single filing and kind of just running through with 116 laps tonight?
I would certainly hope so, but knowing how Vegas is, the bottom lane is the preferred groove, but we all know it transitions up to the top eventually once the tires kind of wear.
Andon looking for the lead already.
Be interesting to see if the outside kind of comes in, because right now it looks like the bottom's preferred, but I believe the outside will be the preferred group later on after the first stage.
Andon and Bryce Boyer just got past the leader of Wes Fuller, both taking him to the inside. The 78 of Greg Wood looking to follow those 2 through. Corey Andon now out front in 1 and 2, followed by the Pennzoil number 1 car. Whoa, Andon's down on the apron. Yellow is out.
John's upside down. Good job.
All right, let's go back and check this one out. Looks like the 53 is involved. 55 is going to be involved, and I'm not sure who else is going to be involved, but we'll go back and take a look at this one.
Looks like Dean got loose. Oh, that was. No, that was just because of the checkup.
All right, so I notice him coming through the corner here. The 6 is coming up. 23 goes to avoid, loses speed. 56 runs right in the back of the 23 and then turns down on the 6, turning the 6 into the wall. I don't know what the 23 was doing there. I know the 6 was, he got loose and came down the track. But when he came back up on track, the 23 looked like he tried to avoid, but he let off the pedal. So I'm not sure why he let off the pedal. I mean, he had plenty of room there. I mean, Hunter, looking at the replay, I don't. Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that one. We might have to go to in-car.
He's in 4th gear, so I'm curious why he's in 4th. He should be in 5th right here. I'm curious to know why he's in 4th.
So out in front of the 23 here. Oh, sorry, we went back live.
So Dean was in 5th and David was in 4th.
Huh.
I'm curious to know why he was probably. Everybody else is mainly in 5th. He's the only one in 4th. I would curiously. I don't know if he forgot there was a 5th gear. Or.
I've noticed a few people trying to stay in that 4th gear. I mean, it does wind up. But yeah, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be in 5th gear to. I don't know. We'll have to ask a question, but I've never. I mean, there's some tracks I know I can keep it in 4th gear and it's just as wound up, and gives it a little bit more oomph coming out of the corners. But on a track like this where you're not really letting off too much in the corners, I don't know if I would really stay in 4th.
Yeah, he was topping out from out of turn 4. I noticed in 5th gear, it usually tops out here. But you enter 1 even in 5th, so I don't think 4th's a good option, but
yeah.
Like I said, I guess whatever works for a driver. I mean, everybody drives differently, so.
That is true.
I just don't think it really works really good at a speedway, though. That'd be like running 4th gear at Michigan. It's not really gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just feel like you're losing a little bit with it being wound up like that, not shifting into the next gear and trying to climb through the RPMs there. I'm going to grab Corey Anton, our leader, and see if we can talk to him real quick. Corey, you got a copy of this as Swats and Hunter in the booth.
Hey, yeah.
What's going on? You're up front. You and I believe Wes Fuller is a teammate of yours, correct?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I thought you two were on a team together on that restart where you pushed him to the front there, and the one kind of got stuck with the restart and fell back. But looking good up front so far. Only a few laps into this race with our first caution, but you're able to conserve a little bit of fuel. We know there is a caution or a stage break at lap 20. Obviously, not a whole lot of you came down pit road right there. Are you planning on doing anything at the stage break?
Yeah, probably. I imagine we'll pit. I think tire wear is going to be pretty bad here, and I'm waiting for the car to get pretty tight on corner entry, so I think tires are going to be worth their weight in gold.
Gotcha. Hunter, any questions for our leader?
Hey Corey, do you think it's gonna widen out to the top at the end of stage 1?
I have no idea. I have no expectations. Just out here to try to make my laps and like mind my business, go to bed on time, and like follow the rules.
Well, you have fun with that. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. What room were you in, by the way? Were you in Tribe?
Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory. Okay. All right. I'll send you back down there. Good luck on the rest of the race. I see the pace lights are out, so get ready to strap in and get this restart done.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
Yep. All right, Hunter. Yeah, he's
That's definitely interesting.
yeah, he's
I
kind of
mean,
just.
he seems very enthusiastic right now.
Yeah. Well, we're only 6 laps into the race or 7 laps into the race. We'll
Yeah,
maybe check back in with him a little later.
Yeah, because he's definitely excited.
Yeah. he was so close to winning the first race of the season at Daytona, wound up finishing second. So I'm sure he wants to get a win here. He's sitting in the top 10 in points. He is battling, like I said, Wes Fuller for the April absurdity as well. So West is sitting right back there in the top 10 as well. So he's going to have to try to stay out in front of him. But pace car is off, and we are going to go green again. Corey Anden, lead car, starting on the bottom row this time, Hunter. Usually guys start on the top lane here at Vegas.
I really think that I agree with what he said. I think the tires definitely gonna be falling, but I think once we get later in that race, when it gets dark out here, I think that outside we want to be on the restart.
Well, I just saw that somebody popped into the chat, and it's Mid-Pack Racer 23, which to me means that it's Mark Parkhorse, our current points leader, and he says, missed the race by 2 minutes. Pain. Catch y'all next week. Got to go get the point lead back. Sorry about not being able to make the race, Mark. I'm sure you'd have been fast tonight trying to hang on to that points lead. These guys are going to be climbing up and clawing at you, so hope to see you back next week.
I'll tell you, definitely on the moon. That's Dylan right now. He's up to 9th.
Yeah, Dylan's up 10 positions from the start of the race.
Oh,
so.
he's loose.
Whoa.
Save it.
And he's falling down. I don't know what happened to him. He got real loose. He's down.
He's
He's down on the apron. Yeah, we can't do that no more. I told Marcus I was going to stay off of him tonight because he keeps getting wrecked every week. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it on him real quick and get it off of him.
Looks like we're in that single file that you were talking about.
Yeah, this is where guys will definitely use that draft. They'll suck right up to a guy and then pull down and try to pass him. But I think, like you said, the high line is going to be coming in at some point here. Usually it's later on in the run when the tires start to get a little more slick to them and they start tightening up the car, and they'll just start migrating up and carrying the momentum through the corners. And I'm kind of excited to see what happens when that happens. I see a lot of guys, they'll back off at the start of the race at Vegas and kind of just, ease their way into the race. Let those tires, save them a little bit. Let those other guys go out there and go balls to the wall and kind of get stretched out. And then, 10, 15 laps into the run, here comes that guy that was saving tires and is able to get by everybody else, because fall off is pretty bad here. Usually it's anywhere from, 3 seconds or something like that?
I think it's about 2, maybe 2.5, about 3. Depending on how long the run is, but I would say roughly about 2.5.
Well, this could be interesting then.
I noticed Bryce is running that very top line, or the largest line, whatever you want to call it. So he's definitely learned how to make it work.
I usually heard people always saying that they conserve tires by being in the middle or the top lane. I don't know how much that actually works though.
Bryce definitely looked loose as well.
Mark Parkhurst out there saying had a baseball game, would have made it, but stopped at McDonald's. That's probably not a good idea. Yeah, not late at night. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I'm sure the baseball game meant something. So it's only a race.
I do
Long
know
season.
Greg Wood is definitely loving his battle back here for second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, Greg's always a hard charger. He's always up at the front. A few guys have told me that he's a little too aggressive. That he gets too far into a corner, or he dives it in too hard, or maybe races the guys a little bit too aggressive. But I mean, he knows where he wants to go, and that's to the front. And once he gets there, he usually will stretch out, and a caution will bring him back to the guys. But he's part of that group that I think goes out there and just burns their tires off. So
here comes Matt Boone.
Yeah, that's a guy that likes to conserve tires. So
Exactly.
That's who I would have expected. Shad and Matt were probably the two that I was expecting to probably conserve a little bit of tire and then come flying up through the field. Shad's holding back a little bit when he's dropped a little bit, but that's usually his style, is he holds back a little bit and, lets guys go by. It's early in the race, early in the run, let him go by, let him burn their stuff off. He's the guy that will sit back there and say, I'll see you in 10 laps. Because when you burned off your stuff and mine are still good and I'm going to come flying past you, I'll just wave at you as I go by. That's kind of Shad's mentality with a few of these different tracks. Texas is one of them that he does it at. He does it very well.
Yeah. Definitely race with him there. Definitely one of the best I raced against there, for sure.
I'm kind of befuddled right now with seeing Matt Boone in a Taco Bell paint scheme rather than a Dr. Pepper paint scheme. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if it's maybe. I know they said there was some issues with trading paint, so hopefully that's not a mistake and he's got Taco Bell on there. But hopefully he meant to put that on there.
I do know side jam is going to be a big key in these cars as well. Nothing to get side by side.
Yeah, look. I mean, look how Matt just closed in on Greg Wood with Corey Andon. They're both making a push right now to go buy Greg Wood. And it's not like Greg wasn't fast. He was out there and he was running some really fast laps. I mean, he's got probably the second or third fastest lap of the race. But Andon right there in second, sitting there with the fastest lap of the race. Boone, I mean, he's a 10th off from both those guys, but he's still right here in third. I think it's because he conserved tires at the start of his run. He didn't burn them off, and he waited. And Blake Henderson's coming up and catching these guys too. So all this, Greg was out there almost about a second, and these guys just reeled him right back in within a few laps.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to be sure. Definitely a lot of lead changes. Oh, there's a real aggressive move right there to the inside, and that's not going to work.
Oh. That's going to be a caution.
Exactly what you're talking about with
Yeah.
West Fuller, how you said people say they're a little too aggressive. That was one of them right there.
Not West Fuller, sorry. Greg Wood.
Greg Wood. My bad.
I want Mama Fuller to
got
come out
damage
from the
on
chat
front as well.
and yell at me. It's not her son. It's not Wes. I think that's gonna put Blake in the lead though.
Yeah, Boone got the worst of that. He's got front end.
Well, let's go back and take a look at this. All right, so as they get ready to enter that corner, we'll get a little closer to these cars, maybe.
Curious if he left the door open or did he just come down and block?
I don't know. That's
Yeah, it looks like a race distance a little
yeah.
bit.
Let me go back and get a little closer to this and check it out. I can't really tell if that was Greg slid up from the bottom or if that was Andon coming down on him. All right, so we see Greg line up the 94 of Corey Andon as they go into turn 3 here. Greg's going to dip it down. Corey's still there. You can tell he's going to go to the bottom. I don't know how close that was to the cars. Once Greg dipped it down on him, I don't know if he was going to be able to hold that bottom. That's the question I have, Hunter, is I don't know if Hunter or if Greg was going to be able to hold that bottom going in like that.
Yeah, I don't.
He didn't let off the pedal.
I don't know how bad their tires would have been going in there.
I mean, that would have been a, 20-lap run?
Yeah, about 20 laps.
So, I mean, diving it into the bottom like that,
About 15,
not really going in with an angle. I mean, he was running on the bottom line. I don't think he would have held it. I think he would have had to let off a lot to stay off of the other car, but he didn't let off at all.
I feel like it's a little aggressive move, but I feel like Corey kind of threw a little block there. Probably could get a little bit of room, but
I mean, most people's angles into
It's tough
those
to
corners
say.
are you start high and you angle down to the bottom of the line.
it's tough to judge.
Luckily, we don't have to, and there is a race control tonight, so we'll see who gets put to the back here. But, yeah, Matt Boone getting the worst of that one. Had to come down pit road there. Does have a little bit of damage still, it looks like, on the front end of that car. So, doesn't look like he used – yeah, did not use his fast repair. So, he's probably going to wait it out here, try to stay competitive, and try to stay up towards the front if he can. Going to be in the back of the field, though, after pitting. And I believe that's going to be our stage break, too. Stage was supposed to be at 20, so that was probably racing to the stage.
Yeah, that could be explained why they were a little aggressive there. Would make sense, but I feel like just for a stage point, I don't think it's really worth getting wrecked for. unless you're a driver who really needs points and you're like last in points, then I mean you have more to lose. You need the points, but I think both of them are in good spots. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out those ones. A lot of guys. I mean, even Matt Steven, he didn't come down from pit road. He's staying out here in the 98 at the front. He's going to be our leader when we go green here again. He's going to be on 16, 17 lap old tires, and hasn't stopped for fuel as far as I know either. And the next stage break is at 50 or 55. So you're talking another 25 laps.
I personally would just stay out. I wouldn't waste a set of tires. It's like Corey just said. He thinks tires gonna be a big role when he gets to the end of this. So I mean, I think they're good on field for the first 2 stages.
You think?
I haven't seen that much
laps?
tire wear fall. I mean, if you get some caution laps like this, like we had in the first stage with 2 caution laps, you might be fine.
All right. Well, let's see if I can find Matt Stevens. All right, I got him. He's in Newfound as well. Matt Stevens, you got a copy. This is Swats and Hunter in the booth.
Yeah, I do.
All right, Matt. I'm not going to take up too much of your time here. We're just looking to see what the strategy is here with staying out. Looks like you're out on about 17 lap old tires.
Just going to see how it works. I like to play off strategy, so hopefully it goes good.
Well, can you make it to the end of the stage break for stage 2?
I probably could.
Okay. Well, that's what we were trying to figure out. We're looking at the different fuel strategies and things like that, trying to figure out if you could make it. I know the stage break is at 55, so another 25, 30 laps away. That's what we were kind of trying to, I guess, estimate the fuel mileage. But good luck, and I'll send you back down to Newfound Glory, and you're about to go green, so good luck.
Thanks.
I don't know if he can make it, Hunter. That's a lot of laps. 55, 60 laps?
I think he can.
You must have some kind of magic 8-ball. I mean, 55 is the stage break.
I don't know if the tires will make it, but I think the field will. The fall is going to be tremendous.
If he pitted 17 laps ago, or 18 laps ago.
Wes has definitely got tires on.
So you're saying 55 is the stage break, add the 18. That's a lot of laps, dude. I don't know.
I mean, but it's an extra set of tires if he makes it work. So.
Yeah, if he makes it. The other problem is these guys are all on fresh tires. So he's going to get his doors blown off here. And as I say that, they all are blowing past him here. Wes Fuller, Alfred Denny, Blake Henderson, 35, Shad Swatsworth in the 88, the 6, Chris Pendell, all working on that 98 right now. If he's able to conserve, though, I mean, it hasn't gotten too, bad for cautions. We've had 2 cautions tonight, one being the stage break. I don't know. I don't know if the tires are going to come into that handy at the end of the race if we do get, a caution fest towards the end of the race with guys racing hard. I don't know if it really matters then, because then you're going to have to pit to go down and get the tires, so you're going to be in the back of the field.
Definitely going to keep an eye on and see how big the tires fall off.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention. Oh, we had another caution. I mean, now he could probably make it with concern if he has a clutch or he's turning the car off or anything like that. He might be able to conserve.
Guy Clem got into it. Looks like. Oh, Corey was involved again. Same turn.
All right, let's see if we can find this.
It might be time for bedtime pretty soon.
Yeah, Guy Clem is down on the apron in this turn. So let's see what happens here as we go green.
Got some damage.
Ooh, Andon and the 1 they hook each other. The 1 goes down into Guy Clem, who was minding his own business down there on the apron, and then they all come right back up into Matt Boone. And I mean, Matt can't buy any kind of luck here.
He's just getting the worst of it every time.
Yeah, I mean, he said it before that, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any, because he just keeps catching all the different incidents that, I mean, he's super fast. He's just getting caught up in other people's stuff, and it's unfortunate because I know Matt can run up there in the front, no issue. So if he just wouldn't get caught up in other people's stuff, if he could somehow grab somebody's lucky rabbit foot or something out of somewhere here and just hang them all over the car, he might be able to make it through here.
I'm still curious if anybody just took like right side or just feel on that start to make it to the end. I don't think Wes Fuller.
I see John Gukon say he definitely took 9.1 stops, so that's probably a 2-tire stop. Kevin Gibney took a 6.4.
I think Fuller took a 14.
Fuller 14.5. Alfred Denny
he
took an
definitely
8.4, and Matt Stevens has not come down. When he came down on lap 6, he took fuel only.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is I don't know if he can make it. That's a lot of laps. I mean that's crazy. That's what 60, 71 laps.
I think the estimated fuel on these were like 75 laps, somewhere like that. So I mean, he
Yeah,
might
but
be
he's
good.
they're at 60% fuel.
I mean, he might be good. I mean,
I think he's
I
praying
think-
to the gas gods if that's the case.
we'll see at the end. I mean, he's just coasting around, so.
Yeah, Bolin out there in the chat saying no patience out here, guys. Just need to calm down. Yeah, I mean that's what I've been trying to say. Is I noticed a few guys they just make a few moves that just don't really make sense. But I seen there the one and whoever that was that got hooked.
Guy Clem, or was it Corey?
It was Corey. So Corey, the 94 and the 1 look like their cars just got hooked together. I don't know if that's netcode or what that is, but I mean they just look like they got hooked together and couldn't get off of each other. And it wound up turning Andon, which then turned the 1 into the 37, who was just minding on his own business, running down there on the apron. And then the 1, when he bounced off the 37, he spun right back into the 83 of Matt Boone, who was, quietly riding up on the top lane, trying to recover from that earlier incident with the 94 and a few others, or the 78. So, yeah, I agree. There's definitely a little lack of patience with a few drivers, but there's definitely been a little bit more patience with some others tonight. That's only our third caution. We are 29 laps into 116 laps. So the laps are ticking off here, but our next stage break is at 55. I didn't see anybody. Never mind. There are a few in the far back at 18th. Marcus Chafin in 18th did come down for a pit stop, but he was in for 33 seconds, so I'm assuming he was fixing up some damage again. Bryce Boyer did come down and was in for 3.3, so that's a fuel stop in my eyes. And then Dean Clavitt came down for 3.5, so that's another fuel only.
Let's just see how this plays out.
Definitely. But new leader Alfred Denny in that 21 silver Grounds and Hounds coffee right up front now. And the 5 of Wes Fuller sitting on that outside lane. Mama Fuller, she's out there watching her son. He's sitting first. Dylan moving up through the field as well, up to 9th, up 11 positions from his starting position at this race. So far, Hunter, I mean, we've seen the 3 cautions, one of them being a stage break, so 2 incident cautions, really. But Denny and Fuller up front. You got the big movers right now in the top 10. There are several. Alfred Denny up 14 positions, sorry. Hunter Whitlock up 7 positions. Matt Stevens up 19 positions. Christopher Pendell up 12 positions. Dylan McDonald up 11 positions. Matt Smith up 4 positions. So there's a lot of guys in this top 10 that did not start in the top 10.
Yeah, let's just hopefully nothing goes bad here. We get some green flag racing in the stage. Hopefully no one makes no bad moves like we saw, I think, at the end of stage 1. I'm not 100% sure on it. That's what I'm assuming. But we're going back green this time.
I'm seeing the 10 of Corey Kobe moving up through the field, too. He's now in 8th.
I think Fuller's got the preferred groove going to 1 here.
Yeah, Fuller should be the leader.
Got a good push from Blake there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those 2 are teammates. Whoa, Wes blinking a little bit there.
He's Blake.
Whew. I thought he was going to clear the 21, and then all of a sudden he blinked and came back up the track, and now he's going to fall. He lost some momentum for sure. I don't know if he let off or what happened there, but they're going 3 wide in turn 3 and 4 because of it. Denny is now checking away.
Yeah. Denny is just... luckily no contact was made in 1. Definitely close, for sure. I think it's got resolved now, so... I think these two work together, they can go back and catch them.
Yeah, we seen earlier the 78 of Greg Wood got out away from the field, stretched it on everybody a little bit by running some really fast hot laps, and all of a sudden, you know, within a few laps, the rest of the field started catching him, and they turned into a 7-car battle for the lead. So it was pretty intense there after the 78 got rolling and put up some fast laps. Right now, Alfred Denny is the fastest on track. So does that mean he's out there, you know, just laying down super fast laps and burning his stuff off, and these guys back here are laying off a little bit and conserving tire a little bit, and are going to be able to make a run on him in just a few laps?
The fastest lap of the race.
Corey Andon has the fastest lap at 30.612, and we have another caution. And that is the 88 of Shad Swatsworth spinning around on the back or back 3 and 4 right there. We'll take a look here.
There. Nah, he just got loose. Luckily, no one else ran into him there. Should be fixable.
Actually, it looks like somebody did run into him.
Back end leg it stepped out a little bit.
Somebody T-boned him. I don't know who. There's a couple cars actually involved in this. Looks like the 98's involved. I don't know who's right there in front of Shad or behind Shad that runs right into the door. Shad as he's spinning.
That is Kevin Gibney Jr.
The 35.
Is it 35?
Maybe not.
It's a
31. Yep. So we're looking here at Shad. All right, so we see him come off of turn 2. Down the backstretch, you can hear that next car coming with some speed. Shad goes into 3 and 4, starts getting loose, tries to catch it, but 31 runs right into the left rear, and Shad goes around. There's not much the 31 could do there. I mean, it's a split-second thing, so if he did see the 88 start to get loose, he could have probably let off, but if it was that, you know, quick of a bang-bang play that he just couldn't let off, I mean, there's not much he could do there. Shad tried to catch it. You could tell he was trying to get off the gas and trying to catch it. And he probably would have caught it, or at least went down to the apron and been able to save it. But 31 was there, and Shad went around. But that is our 4th caution of the night, 35 laps in. We have 20 before the stage break. Do you pit here and just go with the fresh tires? I don't know if pitting here would make sense or not, Hunter, but it doesn't look like a lot of takers. I'm seeing a few guys down, you know, towards the back half of the field, coming down to get maybe fuel or maybe tires and fuel. But 20 laps is a good amount of time for tires. If you have a set to spare, this would be a good time to come in. Like if you're Matt Stevens, come down, grab a set of tires. You didn't come down at the end of the stage break, the first stage break. So this would be a good time to maybe come down and grab that extra set that you saved from the first stage, and try to make it back up into the top 10 or even closer to the front by the end of the next stage, 20 laps before the second stage. Did I lose you, Hunter?
Wait, what?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I was getting asked a question by somebody else. So.
Oh, that's right. So We are 36 coming to 37. Alfredetti will be the leader.
pit.
It looks like he's going to take the inside.
Did Matt pit? I think he did.
Boone?
No,
Matt Stevens?
the 98.
Yeah, he did pit. That's what I was kind of wondering is, right now we're sitting, 24 laps, 21 laps before the next stage break. You're actually 18 laps, sorry, before the stage break. Do you come down now, grab that extra set of tires that maybe you saved early on from not stopping in the first stage, get the fuel you need, maybe try to make up some more positions? Because he was falling through the pack on those really old tires. And now everybody else is sitting on about the tires that he was on at the end of the stage 1. So if he came down and grabbed that extra set that he saved from the first stage, now he can make up some more points in the second stage.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense. I mean, if you're falling off, now he has the advantage on tires by 17 laps, so now it's kind of reversed. But knowing most of the child's been kind of in the back of the pack, though, be a little careful going through.
Well, we did see the leaders wreck, so
True.
I see Mama Vols out there. Appreciate you coming in. Terry's mom out there rooting for me, so thank you for coming out and watching. It looks like we're going to be going green again here. See if Alfredetti can get that jump that he got last time. The 5 starting on the outside. 21 will be that control car. He's being pushed by the teammate of the 5 on the outside. So 21 getting the jump on the restart, going into turn 1 and 2. He should be okay here. The 5 looks to be rolling, though, on that outside line.
Yeah, I guess the inside's just still the preferred groove on the restart. And I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought it would be the outside.
Yeah, by now.
Well, I guess as the lead car, though, you're the one jumping the line. So I guess it really doesn't matter where you're at. But I would probably start on that outside line and kind of get the jump and just carry all the momentum I could through 1 and 2. Or 1 and 2, that would be my preferred. But he was able to make it stick.
Side by side off at 2 on the outside. I think they had the
The car up in the wall there.
Right there. I think.
I think that was Matt Chafin that was up in the wall.
But they stayed good.
Yeah, Corey Kobe back here in the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, driving the 10 Ford back here, running 18th right now. Started 8, so down 10 positions. Corey's one of those methodical, drivers that you don't see him flashing too much, during a stream or anything like that. But he's somebody that I expect to, be right there in the top 10 battling. He's just unfortunately been caught up in a lot of other people's stuff as well in these first 3 races. So I think if we have a good, clean race, I wouldn't be surprised to see Corey Kobe right up there at the front. He's very, very skilled. Still looking for that first iRacing win. I know he's got a lot of pressure on himself to try to get that iRacing win. I'd love to see him get it here in HTL iRacing League. Back up front, Alfred Denny still leading the field. Blake Henderson sitting second. Wes Fuller now third. Dylan McDonald in fourth. There's the Dylan and Wes show that Mama Fuller out there keeps rooting for. So both of them moving up through. Dylan up 15 spots. You did pick him earlier, Hunter.
I picked Clem.
Oh, did you pick Clem? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you picked the wrong person. You want to try a different pick?
I have faith in him.
I can't pick nobody because every time I pick somebody, they get wrecked out within 5 laps of me saying it. So I've just vowed that I'm not going to pick anybody. I'm just going to keep my pick to myself.
Blake in the lead, still looking for that first win this season. Close multiple times.
Yeah, Blake has been super consistent. He's right there at the point lead like we talked about. I mean, if you look at the standings, I bring him up here. He's right there in third. I mean, he's 21 points off the lead, but I mean, he's he's been finishing in the top 5 or top 3 almost every single race. So he just probably needs to pick up some more of the stage points. And then I think he's battling, is a 25, battling Dylan McDonald, who's right there with him. So I would keep watch because Dylan is battling Blake tonight. That is part of that April absurdity. Dylan now up to third, up 16 spots, now behind Wes Fuller. Those two are very good friends, and they race a lot together. They're usually teammates. However, they're not teammates over here in HTL iRacing League. But I'm sure if it's down to the two of them racing each other, they will race each other like it was a team effort.
Yeah, I noticed Dylan's kind of timing the turn a little bit. He's running a little bit higher and driving it down the white line. That's what these three are kind of doing.
Yeah, that's that arc that I usually see people do here. They usually start kind of almost at the wall, and then they just slowly, gradually, arc it down to the bottom line, and then kind of arc back up to the top line as they come out of turn 4. And then you'll see some guys race it all the way back down to the white line or even down to the apron as they come across the finish line, and then slide back up to try to angle through turn 1 and 2.
Oh, he's side by side. I don't know if he's going to clear him here. I have to side shot him. Corey's definitely rebounded big time here. All those incidents. I got the fourth. Bryce as well has rebounded.
I just had to reset something because I just realized that our race sponsor was not on screen. For some reason it wasn't showing up, so I had to restart the thing real quick. And it's popped up now. So Elite Performance Industries is there. And it's showing the wrong one for some reason. Second to fix that.
Ooh. Difficult block there. 6-car battle for the lead now. These guys keep battling like this. Bryce is going to catch up. Make this a 6-car race for the lead. Like backed off there for Corey. Ooh, big checkup.
Alright, now that I got that fixed, I don't know what happened there, but for some reason the logo was not showing up correctly, so got it corrected now. But
Definitely heating up for the race lead.
yeah, these guys are definitely stacked up here at the front.
We're 3 wide now.
You got 6 cars battling all within a tenth of each other. Oh, the 6 is loose. That's going to collect, I think, the 38 of Dylan McDonald. Or no, that's not Dylan. That's Wes Fuller.
Fuller and Pindell.
And I don't see a caution.
Somehow.
Wes Fuller now missing the whole back end of his car.
That's tough for Fuller there.
Yeah, Pendel was able to keep it going. Didn't really get a whole lot of damage. His back end is a little bit pushed in on that left side, causing the spoiler to be messed up a little bit. But Wes Fuller, the innocent bystander here, definitely got the bad end of this deal, missing the whole back end, looking in on the back trunk area. It doesn't even look like he's really able to get up to speed. So Wes not going to be happy.
Damage as well. On the left, definitely going to slow him down. And there's Bryce. Oh, he's in the wall. He's rim riding that. He's trying everything to get that outside to work. Bryce might be the one to watch right here. I think he's definitely figuring something out.
I see him rim riding up there, but I don't know if it's sustainable because if he brushes the wall.
I mean he's running low in 1 and 2, diamond, and he's running high in 3 and 4. He's definitely experimenting with some stuff here. definitely working.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
he's
one
carrying
thing
a
for
lot
sure.
of a lot of speed and momentum through the corners and stuff, and down the backstretch or down the straightaways. But
Oh,
I
Blake
just
got
don't
good
know
there,
if he
good there.
can sustain it because, like you see on that right side of his car, it's definitely scratched up, and even the hood
Oh,
has some damage on it.
Potentially got messed up right there with Blake blinking just a slight minute right there. Oh, we're in the white flag stage.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the last lap here for stage 2 as these guys are going to battle it out. Blake Henderson, the leader. These three all battling it out right here. Dylan McDonald, Blake Henderson, Bryce
Oh, we
Boyle,
got a
all
lot
of them
car.
want to win this stage.
That car might be in the way.
Blake going to go down to the bottom, try to carry it through. Dylan carrying the momentum on the outside. Race to the finish line for the stage 2 win. And it's going to be Dylan. Dylan is going to win stage 2. The 25 of Blake Henderson is going to be second in stage 2. Bryce Boyer is going to be third in stage 2. Marcus Chafin fourth. Matt Smith fifth. Alfred Denny sixth. Corey Andon seventh. Greg Wood eighth. Hunter Whitlock ninth. And Matt Boone claws his way back into the top 10 to finish that stage.
Interesting. I do like what Bryce was doing there. I mean, I think he was just trying to see what works and what doesn't. But he definitely had 1 and 2 down, but 3 and 4, I don't know. But curious what the finish this race looks like. Oh, just a stage.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for these stage points. I know Dylan needs stage points to catch back up to the leader. Blake sitting right there in third. I mean, he's going to want to collect as many as he can too. And obviously, with Mark Porkhurst not here tonight, that's going to shake up the points because him not being here, all these guys could technically, count on moving up one position for sure. But I mean, do you want to move up even further? You want to grab as many stage points as you possibly can. I don't know where Dylan was at the beginning of the first stage. Dylan and Blake both. I think Blake was back there. Blake had to have been right there in the top 10 in the first stage. I don't think Dylan was.
No, I think he got involved in the wreck in the first stage.
Let's see if we can find Dylan. See if we can bring him up here.
I will wait. Let him go down pit road.
Nah. It's not like he's jumping out to change the tires.
He's definitely taking tires.
Yeah, but it's not like he's jumping out and changing them. All he's got to do is push the gas pedal and come out of the pit box. Blake missed, or no, Corey Andon missed his pit stall. Blake coming out now. Greg Wood jumping up, though. I don't know how Greg beat everybody out of there. Oh, he only took 2 tires. 7.9 stop. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. We saw old tires not working earlier for the 98.
Well,
and we don't have any more stage breaks.
It's going to be a little different.
Yeah, 2 tires never work for me. It just makes the car horrible. Dylan, you got a copy. This is Swatson Hunter up in the booth.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All right, Dylan, we got you. We got you, buddy. You win that second stage. I don't remember where you finished in the first stage. I think you got caught up in an incident there, but looking good, running up front. You and Blake battling it out. Seems like you guys are always at the front battling it out. What do you got to do here to get to the end and be in the number 1 spot?
Exactly what I did that second stage. I actually took my time, let the car come to me. Still a little sketchy on colder or newer tires, so especially in that first stage, I got really loose going into 3, trying to follow somebody and just burn them off real quick. But now I just gotta keep my head down, stay focused, and let the car and track come to me instead of trying to overdrive the car on the track.
Well, Hunter was pointing out that you definitely got loose in that first stage. And it looked like you were coming through there really fast. So that's how we were noticing it. I mean, you're up 17 spots right now, sitting in second. Greg Wood able to beat you out on pit road, but doesn't look like Greg took 4 tires. So you're up 17 positions. Matt Smith up 10 positions. Marcus Chafin up 12 positions. So there's a lot of you that did not start up here. And we know, you're kind of a finisher or closer. You're always right there at the end of a stage or right there at the end of the race. So I expect to see you in the top 3, maybe top 5 for sure. Good luck on the rest of the race. I don't know if Hunter, do you have any other questions for him, bud?
Curiosity question: you think the outside's still coming in? I'll get everybody's opinion.
I mean, honestly, I tried running the high side there when me and Blake were battling, and I don't know if it was because the tires were a little bit worn or if I just don't know how to run the high side. But I think the high side will come in. I've seen a couple of people running the outside, so hopefully I can try and mimic what they're doing on the outside and make all my passes. Because coming up off the outside, you're going to have a big run. So outside is definitely where you want to be.
Been watching Bryce a lot in the mirror, and he's been rim riding it.
Yeah, I've been watching him and gonna try to do that. I just don't want to put myself in the wall. I don't feel comfortable up by the wall, so
Yeah, he's
I tried
definitely
it in practice
scraped it a
and-
couple times.
Yeah. I want to bring home a clean car.
Well, the paint scheme that you got is looking clean, so hopefully you can bring that clean car home in the #1 spot. But we'll catch you after the race, hopefully in the podium spots. Good luck with the rest of the race, bud.
All right, thanks, buddy.
I get to say
Alright.
that.
What?
He's
Hey, I didn't say him. I picked him to win the race or nothing. Last time I kept my pick to myself, and he wound up winning the race. So
We can't be doing that stuff.
yeah, that's why I don't pick nobody no more. The last race me and Steven did here at Rockingham, it seemed like every time I was like, all right, Steven, who you picking now? Now that we're 10 laps into the race, you changing your pick, and he'd pick somebody and they'd be wrecked within 2 laps. And then I was like, all right, we're 20 laps into the race. We're at the end of the first stage. What are you going to pick? And he's like, all right, I'll pick this guy. And that guy got wrecked in the next turn. I'm like, all right, we're not allowed to pick nobody
Well,
anymore.
down to 90. We're going back green.
Yeah, back green here. I think Greg Wood, we've seen him up front again. This is what he does. He's always at the front. He's the lead car to start this restart, and he gets a good jump, but he does have some damage on that back end from the earlier incident that he was involved in with the 94. So we'll see if he can make it up front here and carry some speed, but I think that damage is going to hinder him a little bit. I'd also like to point out, Hunter, if you notice who's back in 5th now in a clean car.
Taco Bell machine.
The Taco
he's
Bell
sideways.
machine.
You just had to talk
gee,
about it.
see, I can't do it.
You just had to talk about
I
it.
can't do it. Never mind. As soon as I mention somebody being in the top 5, there they go. I'm sorry, Boone. I won't. I won't call your name no more throughout the rest of the season. I will stay off of you.
I do notice who is back up here, and that's Matthew Steven.
Yeah, well, now he's gonna be wrecked out, so don't start that.
Over on the con sheet.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's up 19 positions though.
Just had to mention Boone.
It was flashy. It was a white and purple car coming through there.
Could just said a Taco Bell car. You just had to mention
Yeah,
his
I
name.
know. I should have mentioned. I'm sorry, Boone. But still up front, Dylan McDonald sitting up front in that 38 machine. Second, Greg Wood. Third, Blake Henderson. 29 of Matt Smith sitting 4th. Alfred Denny sitting 5th. Matt Stevens, you were just talking about Hunter, now up to 6th position, up 18 spots. Hunter Whitlock up to 7th. Corey Andon back in 8th. Tyler Woodard 9th. Bryce Boyer, the one that we've been talking about that's been rim riding or wall riding, right there in 10th.
And 9. Corey's back in the top 10. He's had an up and down day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's go ahead and run the commercial again. We'll be right back. All right, Hunter, back live at Las Vegas. It's been a little bumpy here in this first and second stage. 6 caution of the night, 2 with stages, so only 4 incident cautions tonight. But yeah, I think the cold tires might have caught Boone there. I know he's probably listening, so I apologize, Boone. The second I mentioned your name, you went around, so I won't do that anymore tonight.
When I told him not to. Had to run and give me a little snack.
Yeah, I had to run and get a drink.
Got me some pudding.
You got a snack pack?
Yep.
You got chocolate, vanilla, tapioca, what?
Vanilla.
Anybody out there listening? I see we got 24 viewers out there. Who are you picking?
I'm about to get some ice cream.
Boone says, just got loose, tried to save it, stabbed the brakes, let off, blah, blah, couldn't save it, and went for a ride. Well, Boone, well, you definitely saw that, but I think I put the curse on you because the second I mentioned you climbed back up in the top 5, like within 10 seconds, or within, what, 2 seconds you went around. Was Boone on pit road? Yes, he is. Let's do this. Sorry, Boone, but I'm going to do it. Matt, you got a copy of this? Is Swats and Hunter in the booth.
Gotcha.
All right, bud. Well, I'm hoping they're passing you some tacos into that driver's window as you're sitting here getting repaired. What happened on that restart?
I just got loose on that outside. Outside is terrible on them cold tires. And I tried to save it, and like I did everything I could to save it. Let off, stab the brakes, all that jazz. And it was just going to go around no matter what, and then I was on my lid going for a ride.
Well, unfortunately, I had just flipped to you saying, look who climbed back up in the top 5. So I must have put the curse on you.
I told him not to.
Hunter said not to, but I don't know. I saw the Taco Bell machine coming through and saw you were up to top 5. So I was like, well, Matt's up to top 5. And then as I said it, you went sideways.
Yeah.
So I'll take the commentator curse on that one.
It was all me. It had nothing to do with you.
I was hoping you'd blame it on
a rookie mistake there.
Well, the rest of your team's still out here. Looks like Shad's sitting in pit road with you too, collecting some tacos and waiting on some dents to be fixed. I'm not sure if either one of you are going to be able to get repaired to be back out here. Still got about 40 laps, so I guess it could be time for you to get repaired and get back on track. What do you think?
Still got about 5 minutes of required repairs. Shad's about in the same boat. I think he had 16 minutes, so.
Gotcha.
We'll see what happens.
Well, if you get back out there, good luck, and I guess maybe you need to go to some sort of store and find like a Lucky Horseshoe, Rabbit's Foot, 4-leaf clover, something like that, and just put those all over your car, or just make a paint scheme and just put every lucky item you can find on the car, and hopefully nobody will run into it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Hey Boone, you want some vanilla pudding?
I wouldn't turn any down right now.
Hunter's up here eating his snack packs, so
Oh.
he's gonna wait for the bus to come take him to school too, apparently. So, but I'll send you back down there with your teammates. Hopefully, Corey can make it up through here. He's fighting his way back into the top 10 right now. So, I'll go watch to see what he can do.
Yeah, him and Wes both. Wes is on our team as well.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, good luck to both of them, and good luck to you when you come back out here.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So
Well,
Boone
Dylan
gonna be
took
sitting
that
there.
lead.
Boone
Greg's
gonna
not
be
gonna
sitting there for
hit
another
mine.
5 minutes, it seems. So we'll see if he can make it back out here. He's gonna be a few laps down for sure, but just an unfortunate ending to his race. But yeah, back out
I
front.
definitely like what Bryce is still doing here, though.
You
He's
still like
still
that high
riding.
line? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working.
I do.
Even Boone said on old tires, or I mean cold tires, it just does
I
not
don't
want to
know.
handle correctly up on that top line. I always thought the high line was the way to go later on in the run. So you always kind of wanted to kind of either if you wanted to save your tires, you didn't turn it down to the white line going through the corners. You kind of hugged the middle line. If you wanted to go faster off the bat and you could carry it and get down there, but you'd burn off your tires a little bit more, you went down to the white line in the corners. And I noticed a lot of guys doing that, but yeah, that one, I don't know what his strategy is. I don't know if Tyler Reddick's in that car or if Kyler Larson's in that car, but he is just staying at the wall. We might have to talk to him if we do happen to get another break here.
Dylan's driving away.
Yeah, Dylan's about second fastest on track right now. Kevin Gibney back in 7th is laying down some fast laps. So is Alfred Denny back in 5th. Well, he does have the draft, so.
That's Fuller. They're in the mix.
I'm trying to look at the ones
both
lap
on
times too. He's running a 31.86 the last lap. He's within 3/100ths of the fastest lap. I don't know. I don't know if that top lane's really carrying the momentum or if it's maybe carrying the momentum later on in the run. But there he goes diving down on the bottom, so he's doing the opposite of what we're saying.
Like I said, he's been running the bottom 1 and 2 and then running the high side 3 and 4. So I think this side's gonna run low. He does. He's definitely moving around.
He must have been listening here.
It's fun to watch. About 43 to go, 42. Getting near the end.
McDonald's almost out to
Still
a
like
second.
to see green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happens if they have green flag pit stops to see who can really make up some time entering pit road and coming off of pit road. I don't know if they'll. Dylan's on his 20-lap run. Wes Fuller is on a 14-lap run, so he's got 5 lap better. But Wes did not take tires. He came down and just took fuel only last time. So I don't know. I don't know whose this is. I don't want to pick, obviously, because I don't want anybody spinning or crashing right after I pick them. So I'm not going to pick anybody, but maybe I'll just message it to you so you know who I'm picking. But you're not allowed to say who I picked either. They'll do that to him.
I'm gonna say it.
I sent you 2, but I think those 2 are probably going to be the ones at the end here. Especially the first one. He's been fast for several weeks. He was fast last time you were in the booth with us in Michigan. So, but I think the mom of the second person is probably going to be okay with either one of them winning. But I'm sure she's going to want the second one to win.
If it makes you feel if it makes Oliver Fuller feel any better, Wes Fuller was fast that last time buying.
Well, a little bit.
So.
I
He's
don't know.
faster again.
I mean, I like the Bryce
He was
Boyer
2
theory,
tenths faster
though.
that time. He was 2 tenths. Oh, 31.4 compared to a 31.262.
And I don't know if that's
he's
just.
definitely good.
I don't know what that would be, though. I don't know if it's Dylan. If it's the draft that, because obviously the one's tucked up in right behind the 5, and there's also like 5 cars back behind the 1. So they're in a big stream right here, and they just really caught the 38.
31.5 compared to 31.2 now.
It can't be tires because Fuller didn't take tires last stop.
Oh no. Dylan's starting to run a little bit lower now. Trying to diamond it. And there.
I have a
Now the
feeling they're going
question
to
is, how
have
do
to
you get
pit
around
stop,
them?
though. They're going to have to do it. Oh, caution. There we
Oh,
go.
never mind.
Okay, now they're going to be able to come down and get all the fuel and tires they need.
I don't think that's what Fuller wanted.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think Fuller and Boyer and Gibney and Denny were all coming with a lot of speed through there.
I don't know. Dylan's got the long run. I mean, he did talk about how the tires were tight. I think he was the one that talked about it.
So going back here, it looks like Greg Wood was involved in this one. That would be the 78, and I believe that's the 94 again. These two have clashed twice tonight. So let's take a look at this as they come down the backstretch. You can see Wood right there on the outside of the 94. 94's got his nose down below him as they go into this corner. And they didn't even touch. That's net code. It just hooked him. We could take a closer look here. I don't know if Blankenship is listening or not, but I don't think he actually touched him. I think that's a net code and just it grabbed him. So you see Greg working on the 94 of Andon as they come down the backstretch. Wood's going to carry that momentum. I don't even know if, looking at that, Hunter, I don't know if you want to, if you think, did Greg come off the wall? It looked like he came down the track. I'm going to slow-mo that. It definitely looks like, Andon doesn't look like he moves. It looks like Greg came down the track on Andon. Alright, so now we're going to be in chase mode, so we'll see what the view looks like from back here. What are you seeing, Hunter? Ooh, I don't know. From that angle, it looks like Andon goes up, so I don't know. Bowling's out there saying the 94 moved up just a small amount. Yeah, from the backside, it looks like the 94 goes up. From the front, though, it looks like the 78 comes down, so that's a tough one. Let's see if we can grab Bryce real quick, Hunter, and you can talk to him about this high line that he keeps running. Bryce, you got a copy? This is Hunter and Swats in the booth.
Go ahead.
All right, Bryce, Hunter's been admiring your Highline Kyle Larson rim riding style that you've been doing. Those last few laps there, we noticed as soon as we started talking about it, you ducked down to the bottom line again on us. So is it just something you're trying to get to work in or getting used to it for later in the run, or you just like being up there against the wall?
Yeah, I'm just playing around with it, seeing what's there to take. I've noticed I've lost a lot of momentum. I mean, I gained the momentum obviously at the top, but as far as the gap in front of me, I was trying to keep that as close as possible, running through to the end of that stage. So I didn't really want to risk running the wall and losing that gap, you know.
We noticed you brushed the wall a couple times up there, but you were definitely making some speed. I mean, Hunter was watching you just gain on people with a huge run coming out of the corners. Obviously losing a little bit going into the corners with them going down to the bottom and you running the longer way around the track. But, yeah, I think if you guys can get a long green flag run here, I think that high line is going to be where it's at. And obviously you've been practicing it most of this race so far. I don't know if Hunter's back yet, but Hunter, you still there?
I am. It's my pick in here, but I don't
Yeah.
want to say that because we know the luck.
Well, you
in
just
that,
said it.
so.
Now he knows.
No, don't put that on me.
We're trying not to pick anybody because every time we talk about somebody, we pick somebody on track. It seems to be the next person to go around. So, but you've been really fast tonight,
That'd be
Bryce.
fine.
Yeah, Hunter has picked you, so hopefully you can bring it home here in that number one.
Definitely enjoy watching you rim right in the top. I want to see it work.
All right, we'll see what we can do for you, Honor.
All right, I'll send you back down
Alrighty.
to was it Tombstone?
We untried tonight, boys.
Tried. Okay. Good luck.
Go get the win.
All right, thanks, guys.
I want to see this man win. Guy's got to win. I got to interview him.
He was in Tombstone. He said Tribe. I threw him down to Tribe. He was by himself, so I just moved him again to Tombstone.
I wonder why that man's on the high side by himself. That man's focused.
Back green here, though.
here we go.
84 laps out of
Not
the
a good start
116.
for Fuller.
Yeah, not a good start. I mean, we're coming to about, what, 27? No, 37?
32.
I'm not good at math.
32.
I suck at math. I need the little counter thing to tell
32
me.
to go this time.
I see it actually now on my track map, so yeah, should have had that up. So 32, that should be enough fuel
Yeah,
to finish the race for
Oh,
sure.
Dylan. Oh, his tires are killed. On the ground, I think he's good.
That's got to be that cold tires that Boom was talking about. But he was on the inside, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he did say it's loose on the inside. But I think it's. Like
I
said,
think it's
did
worse
look
on the
at
bottom
laps
than
around
top.
here. It's definitely loose on the throttle. You cannot run wide open. That's what I did find out. It's very interesting.
Hmm.
Well, they're definitely. And there he goes up on the wall again. He is rim riding it.
Well, you said you picked the one. I thought you picked the 37. And he's
Good
already
pick,
gotten
Connor,
wrecked
bro.
out.
I want to see Bryce pull this off, run the high
So
side.
now you switched to Bryce. All right. So you picked Guy first. He got wrecked out.
Is Guy still in it?
Yeah, he's still in it, but he got wrecked. Remember, he's the one that was riding around the apron that got tattooed by the 94 and the whoever else was that with the 94 that got turned. Marcus Chafin, though, up front in that Budweiser 8 car. It's a brand new paint scheme right before the race.
2 tires?
It's possible.
He's trying to get a 8 to victory lane like Reddick tried to do this Sunday. Yesterday.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of different things said about that race, and I know the 14. I know he came down and he apologized and he stuck his hand out and they shook hands. I was really expecting Reddick to get out of that car and pitbull his way down to the 14's car and rip him out of that car, like I've seen him do in the Xfinity Series, where him and Cole Custer got into it. Yeah, I mean, you know, Reddick's like 5'6", so.
Not very tall.
No, so I mean I fully expected him to come running down the pit road right after the 14, but
no, Briscoe's a pretty big guy too.
yeah, but I don't think Reddick cares.
No,
Cole Custer's a big dude too.
I should never picked him.
Where is he going?
Why?
And he's down pit road. Well, Bryce, if
my
you're listening
God.
to it, you can blame that one on Hunter.
Why every time we pick somebody?
That's why I said I can't put my pick out there, because the second you pick them, they go out. And if you noticed, I sent you my pick, right?
Pick Barron to win.
I sent you my pick. Who got loose at the beginning of this run? So that's what I'm saying. Like, every time we pick somebody, they go back. My second pick is still out here, though. So now that I just mentioned that, he's probably going to go around the next turn. But Dean Clavitt, Daytona winner, first race of the season, now moving up through the field, now up to second, up 20 positions tonight, Hunter. I didn't even see Dean. He just come flying up through the field.
Trying to figure out where the leaders are.
They are in turn 3 and 4 coming across the start-finish line. Wes Fuller out front, Dean second. Kevin Gibney up 7 positions in that 31. We saw him get into an accident earlier.
No, I wouldn't count on Kevin Gibney. Definitely can't count on Blake either.
No, I mean, Blake's sitting right there in 5th. Alfred Denny still moving up through the field again, up up to 7th and 6th, battling with Matt Smith back there in the 29. But this front pack now is almost 6 cars. Marcus Chafin, though, falling off. Do you think that's the 2 tires?
I think he took 2 tires. That's what
I mean, he was
I'm
only in
saying.
for 7.9, so.
Yeah, then. I mean, it's not a bad call, but I mean, I think he needed a few cautions.
I just didn't think 2 tires ever works. There's not a whole lot of tracks that it
I think
works
they
on.
work, but I don't know about on 33 lap run. I think they'll hold on for at least 10.
But he might have saved an extra set, though, so. Of course, they're probably going to be lefts. So, I don't know how much help that's going to be. Tonight, I think they had 5.
Here comes Dean.
Dean coming on a late charge to the front, battling Wes Fuller. 1776 Motorsports has been very dominant this season, winning, I think, the first 2 races there, with Dean finishing first at Daytona, and then second race at Michigan was Dylan McDonald. So third race, Christopher Pendell. I don't believe he's part of 1776, so that's 2 out of 3 was to 1776. They've been battling it out. Top 2 out of the top 3 in points are 1776 points, or team members.
Off of 4.
Yeah, they were close to touching on that one.
If I'm Kevin, I'll just sit back here and let them race. I don't think there's any point of racing up there with them.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, he's got some speed. He's following in their draft. He's trying to keep with them. I don't know if he should go up here and really battle with them. They're side by side. Let them burn their stuff off racing each other and sit back and maybe cool your tires down and conserve and see what happens here. I see you out there, Mama Fuller. I won't mention who my second pick was that I did send to Hunter in chat, so I won't mention it, but we'll see at the end of the race on if that number does come up at the end of the race. But the 56 of Dean Clavitt still battling with Wes Fuller in that 5. They are side by side, and Kevin, like I said, he's just sitting here. I see him kind of looking towards the middle gap between the 2. I just hope he doesn't shove it in there 3 wide, and he just kind of rolls around here and sees what happens. I mean, these 2 are battling. You know, they're trying to stay off each other, so they're probably putting a little bit more wheel into their cars, which is going to burn it off. And if Kevin can sit back here and just relax and not burn up his stuff, he should have better tires come to the long run.
Looks like the outside's starting to come in. Definitely the preferred group now.
Yeah, I mean, Wes, he's able to battle Dean, though, because of that momentum he's carrying on the high line. And we're 16 laps in.
I don't expect it to be the preferred group, but it's definitely going to help you on the battling stand. You're going to win it.
Yeah, I like the middle to third. I don't really like up against the wall.
I speak too soon, of course, I say something and just... You need to keep our mouth shut.
Dean is going to clear Wes Fuller going into turn 1. Now what does Dean do? Kevin's been sitting here just cooling his tires, waiting. Does he have enough tire saved to get by the 5 or the 56?
I feel like you might want to start pushing now. Get around.
I mean, he's still got, what, 19 laps? 18 laps? So, I mean, he's still got enough time to really work these guys. But, I don't know. I think I would sit back and just get on the back bumper of Fuller and just let him drag me around and try to stay close to the 56. 56 is laying down faster laps. He ran 3/10 faster than Wes Fuller that last lap, including Kevin Gibney 3/10 as well. So, Dean now the fastest on track, but he is pulling those 2 with him.
Yeah, he's pulling away here. Hopefully it's not... You don't want to make it pulling away too soon.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like he's charging. I mean, he's running a little
Wes
faster.
Up right there. That's that little slip up in entry 1.
See, now this is what Dean wants to see, is these 2 side by side for multiple laps like him and Wes were. So I don't know. I know obviously Kevin's probably been waiting on his tires a little bit, so he might have a little bit more tire. But I feel like Wes probably should just let him go and get behind him, and have, you know, have Kevin pull him back to the 56 and do what Kevin did, cool his tires off and wait. And as I say that, Wes lets him by.
There's always that chance for a late race yellow.
Yeah, and I mean, Wes, if he's been conserving a couple sets of tires, he might have, you know, full set left.
last time by, Kevin was faster. Barely though, but it's once again it's clean air now. Kind of runs a little.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the timer. They're pulling him back in. So this is what I was saying is Wes should let him go, and just pull the draft off of him and let him pull him around to where they can get closer. I mean, it is pulling him in. So
We saw what happened to stage 1. Third place might be the winning place. I mean, you saw what happened at the end of stage 1 with Corey and I think it was who was it? It was 78.
that was Greg Wood.
Yeah, them two got into it.
Yeah, they
Turn
also
3,
got
so.
into it again in the third stage. So I don't know if that was retaliation. I saw
We
a
could see a
driver out there
repeat
saying it.
here.
But looking at the
It could
sectors
be a
here,
repeat of what
Gibney's
happened
definitely a
stage
little
1.
faster than Dean. He was 7/100ths faster through Sector 1, which is the first half of the track from the start-finish line to the back line. On that track map that I have up in the corner there, you can see the red line, which is the finish line, and then you can see the red dot that's in the middle of the backstretch. That is the first sector. The second sector is from that dot back around to the finish line. So in Sector 1 right now, Gibney was just, again, 6/100ths faster than Dean. Now, coming across to the finish line, we'll see if he beats him out there. Again, another 2/100ths. So that's 8/100ths he just gained. Almost a full 10th, actually, that he just gained in that one lap. So he is pulling back on him. He's down to less than 2/10ths on the back of Dean.
I think they're catching the lap traffic here. No, yeah, they are. 83.
Yeah, the 83 of Boone's out there, but he's got a damaged car, so he's probably going to pull out of the way here. But if Dean could pull this off, though, this would be our first actual multi-winner of the season. Every race so far, we've had different winners. Dean won the first race, obviously, from 1776 Motorsports. Dylan won the second race at Michigan, 1776 Motorsports. And then Chris Prendell won the third race last week at Rockingham. So if Dean can go get his second win, that's a big start to the season. 3 races out of 4 that 1776 would have won.
Just like Kevin's a little. I feel like Kevin's a little bit better in 1 and 2. But he's tied in 3 and 4 in exit.
Showing the battle box here for the top 7.
You got who makes a mistake here.
Fuller's fallen off, though. I think he did take 2 tires, and I think that's what's hurting him. 10 to go, though, as we come across the finish line there. Dean and Kevin Gibney pulling away from the rest of the field. Is the last thing that they are looking for is that yellow flag. And there's
the yellow.
Dang it, I just said it.
Well,
that was as I said it.
Who does love that caution? I think Fuller and Bryce and Blake would love that.
I mean, that's 27 lap run right there. They're gonna have that. They were coming around to 9 to go, so they're gonna be going 8, 7, probably 6 to go is where they'll go green. Do you come down and get tires right now? That's a tough call.
I think tires gonna make a big difference.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, 33-second laps or 31.
I mean, just new tires. You could probably run the outside. Everybody's been running the bond. That leaves the outside wide open.
Yeah, but Boone said the outside line on cold tires doesn't work.
I mean, it might work for Bryce. He's been the one practicing the most.
True. That could be. Yeah, he's but Bryce is back in 12th, and if he comes down and gets tires, he'll start 16th.
He might as well. I mean, he might as well. He lost a lot of ground when he spun out, so tires are basically dead.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is he's in 12th. He's only going to lose 4 positions if he pits. There's only 16 lead lap cars.
Just take 2 tires.
Yeah, that's.
We're
seeing if they're faking each other out. Oh, and Gibney.
Tires gonna make the difference.
I don't. Did he cross the yellow line? I don't think there is a rule for that. So, if this was NASCAR, he would have just passed the line and would have gotten in trouble.
Curious who all stayed out here.
Blake Henderson stayed out. Matt Smith and Marcus Chafin. Chafin took the right sides last time.
We saw what happened last time. I think they're good.
It took a couple laps, yeah.
But I mean, this is probably the longest run we had all day. So
Gibney stayed out, and he was the one that was coming. He was the one trying to catch everybody. But then you're going to have Dean Clavett starting in 5th with fresh tires.
The curious thing is, we don't know if Blake was saving more. He could have been saving that whole run.
That's true, too. But, I mean, 29-lap-old tires compared to fresh tires, I don't know. You got Dean and Wes Dillon is back up in the top 7, all starting right there.
I don't think Wes is on 4 fresh tires. I think he was on 2.
He was just in for 14.3 seconds, so that's a 4-stop. Or 4-tire stop.
So yeah, we don't know how fast he was on 4 tires. I mean, he held on pretty good with just 2. So I mean, we don't know how fast he really is on 4. And you got Dylan on 4 as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're fast.
There's some really fast cars right here, all starting on fresh tires.
I think Kevin, half of these cars up here were better in the long run. They weren't really a top on the short run. I think Wes and Dylan are probably your best short run cars right now.
Oh, let me go grab Dean real quick. Let's see what he says about these fresh tires compared to these guys with older tires. Dean, you got a copy of this Watson Hunter in the booth.
Yep, I gotcha.
All right, Dean. You got 7 laps to go. Probably gonna go green on 6. You just came down pit road. I'm assuming you took 4 tires and fuel with the length that you were in the pit road. You're starting 5th. 4 guys in front of you are going to be on 30-plus lap old tires. What do you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, just not wreck, I guess. Not wreck and, make sure that nobody ahead of me wrecks. And first, I got to shout out my 1776 guys that are telling me to shout them out there in the chat. So shout out to them guys. And I don't know. Let's hopefully we can win this thing. But, I got Wes on tires, and he's pretty fast. Dylan's on tires. He's fast. So I don't know. That was a stupid caution. But we're just going to take it and go with it.
Well, you would be the first multi-winner if you can pull this off, but starting from 5th with 4 guys with old tires in front of you, and actually I believe the 8 is only on 2 tires from the previous stop, so that's a lot of old tires out in front of you. You could definitely make up some positions. The cold tires is what's been concerning me, but you're going to be starting on the bottom row instead of the top lane. Have you had any issues with cold tires?
Oh yeah, I've been sliding basically on every single new tire stop. So it's
is 5 laps going to be enough for them to get worked in?
Nope, not at all. So we're
so.
probably gonna lose this one, and probably gonna lose this in probably the worst way possible. So it's okay. We'll just we'll come back next week.
Well, hopefully you can pull it off and become our first multi-winner. Hunter, you got any questions for him? As I see the lights have now just come off as they're going into 1 and 2.
Well, I would ask him, but I think he basically answered the question. I would say, how aggressive are you going to be?
Very.
Sounds like he's going for
wide,
it.
aggressive?
I'm sending it.
Oh.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I know you live up in Maine, so let's see if you can get across the border back to Canada real quick if something happens here.
Right. Okay.
All right, bud.
Are we talking about like Briscoe skin? Are we talking about Briscoe sending it in?
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
This will get interesting then. All right. Good luck, Dean.
Thank you.
It's gonna get interesting if he Briscoes it into this corner.
Well, I mean, we're getting that type of sense, so I mean,
he already has a win this season, so he's pretty much, he's in the top 10 in points. He can take a little bit more risk.
In Vegas, where late race restarts to be seen in real life are very interesting, so we're about to find out.
Yeah, this is gonna.
I mean, they're fun to watch, but it's nervous to the driver.
25 and 31 on the gas pedal as we go into turn 1. There goes Dean down to the apron, trying to get below. He's going to come back up the track and try to get some momentum through the bottom. Outside line is not moving. 29 of Matt Smith sliding up out of turn 1. Dean underneath him. Blake getting into contact with the 8.
Oh, Wes.
Caution's out, but Dean's going to be in second.
I don't see a caution.
No caution yet. Sorry. What's going on here? There it is.
Caution.
Yeah, I think Smith just benefited from that because I think even Dean must have thought there was a caution and he let off. And Smith
I
got
would
back by
There
him.
would have been a caution thrown. It was a pretty big track. The track was blocked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Dean just lost position there, thinking the caution was out, and
I
it
think
wasn't.
Dean. If I'm Dean, I actually rather have lost position. I think I'd rather start on the bottom than the outside here.
You think?
I mean,
I would be
he had
scrubbing
the
those
apron.
tires to get some heat into them.
I mean, the good thing about the inside, I mean, the outside's the way to go in 3 and 4 once you hit down and back straight, but the inside, with those guys, he had that apron. So,
Yeah.
if he can get below him. But I would doubt Kevin's going to bonk them. He knows how fast he is. So
let's see here. Dylan got really loose coming out of 4, and actually it looks like he's going to go down pit road. Nope, he saves it. Goes back up onto the track. So he's not part of it.
Wes Fuller got the worst of that crash.
All right, let's see. Where's the rest of this at? I was way out in front of that. All right, so we see Dylan, we see Wes, we see Marcus Chafin coming off the corner here. 25 goes up and tags the wall a little bit, comes off the wall, comes back and bounces off the 8, bounces off the 30, or bounces off the 5, which then collects the 44, another Taco Bell machine. I didn't mention this Taco Bell machine, so I guess I didn't cause that one. But, yeah, multiple people involved in this one. That's bad for Mama Fuller out there rooting for the 2 guys that just got taken out there. Dylan and Wes both falling to the back now. I don't know if either one of them has fast repairs. I think Wes used his earlier when he had the whole back end of his car taken off. So, but yeah, Kevin Gibney up here in the front now and first. Matt Smith going to be second. Dean Clavitt third. Alfred Denny fourth. Bryce Boyer in that one high rising all the way to the wall. Just rim riding it, sitting 5th. Marcus Chafin still scored as 6th position, even though he was just involved in that one. So let's take a look at his car and see if he has any damage, because I know he hit the wall. And, yeah, he's got a whole lot of damage on the right side. That's 78, the one we kept talking about earlier of being a little aggressive, sitting right here in 7th position. I don't know what this is going to do either. 3 of the guys in the top 5 are all on fresh tires. The top 2, first and second, are on 35-lap-old tires. Marcus Chafin sitting there in 6th is on 35-lap-old tires. And then the rest of the top 10 or top 12 are on fresh tires, Hunter. I think Hunter stepped away. Well, I'm going to run the commercial real quick, so we'll be right back and get this green flag or green-white checker going. All right, Hunter, we're back here for the green-white checkered. 3 laps. Who you got? I'm going to put it on you.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to put it on you.
Oh, my guy's back up there. Bryce is.
All right, well, we'll stick with that one then.
No. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
I think
either.
the old tires are going to block. It's going to be...
It depends. If they get blocking, if they start blocking each other and stuff, I have a feeling it's going to be somebody a little further in the pack that might make it through. and make it to the finish line. The question is do they start blocking on the backstretch coming out of the last lap, or do they start the blocking immediately?
I think they will. They got
Because
Dean
these
right
fresh,
behind
yeah, that's
them.
what I'm saying. These fresh tires are sitting right here in third and fourth, fifth
Yeah,
and sixth
exactly.
are all fresh tires. So it's gonna be close. Kevin's gonna have to
We're
block
about to
the crap
find
out of
out.
the front row. Kevin gonna start on the outside
right.
control car. We are back underway
Good
for the green white
start.
checkered.
You better block that bottom. He
2
did not.
laps
I
to
don't
go.
know why he didn't.
Oh, Dean going 3 wide through turn 1 and 2. Passing second place, coming up underneath of the 31 of Kevin Gibney. Side by side as they go down the backstretch on the second to last lap. Dean going to
Alright.
go back in, try to get a little bit of draft going into the corner. 21 is loose.
There's
Getting
Bryce.
loose, going
I
to
think
the
they're gonna
back.
wreck. I don't think they can get to the line.
I don't think-
Oh,
nope,
they do
they
not.
didn't get to
Dean
the
did
line.
not get it.
Oh,
Kevin's still leading.
I don't know. It's scoring Dean right now. Oh no, I don't know.
Kevin, I think, beat him.
I think Kevin beat him to the line, but we're gonna have a second green-white checkered here. But Dean will be starting on the outside line this time, and we are several laps into the run. We're 10 laps in, so that should be good enough for Dean to run that outside line. He said 5 laps wasn't good enough. We'll check with him to see if 10 is.
Oh no, they really haven't worked. They really haven't ran really in green flag runs. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of caution lap. Dylan's starting to close in. He's the 5th. I don't think he's gonna have a shot at winning it, but
You never know. We could have another caution, so let's pull Kevin up in here. Kevin, you got a copy of this as Swats and Hunter up in the booth.
Loud and clear.
All right, Kevin, you are the leader right now, but you are on 40 lap-old tires. What do you got to do to hold off the fresh tires of Dean Clavitt sitting there in second? What do you got to do, bud?
My idea is just let him run the bottom. I know you really can't run the bottom with cold tires, but Dean is skilled and he will probably find a way to do it. But my plan is just to give him the bottom. Hope he messes up.
All right, well, Hunter's been really loving the high line. Are you saying the high line is the preferred line right now?
I would say so, especially on older tires. Just because I feel like you can hold the line better. At least like in the middle-ish area of the track, I feel like that's my sweet spot tonight.
All right, Hunter, you got any questions for him?
you willing to block for it?
Absolutely.
Are you willing to bump for it?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're aware, but Dean said he's willing to send. So just saying.
Ask you shall receive, Dean.
Well, that was earlier. He said he would Briscoe it if he had to win.
I will think of an analogy afterwards.
Just so you're aware, I don't think he will, but you never know.
Never know with Dean.
He does have that win already this season, so he has a little bit of cushion there. But you're going to Deep Racing, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll send you back down there. We'll wait for this ending here. I think we're going to see some fireworks, but we'll see if you get to the end here and are still in the top 3.
We'll say
you can bring home that
no,
first
we'll
win.
say it.
All right.
I gotta
But
tell
here
him.
we go.
I gotta tell him to get it. Unfortunately, everybody I keep telling that to keeps getting wrecked. So hopefully you can be the non-trend of that.
Why you keep mentioning it?
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Gotta be a pioneer.
Yeah, somebody will break it, so Kevin can do it.
Just don't think of it in any bad way.
I'll send you back down to Deep Racing, bud.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I would say think of it in my way. Be negative.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suck at this place. Be negative about it.
I hope
Maybe
you
it
didn't just
won't
start a
happen.
rivalry here, but now that he knows Dean's gonna send it.
I don't think
You can't
he will.
tell a driver the guy behind him said he's gonna send it. Now you're
Terry
gonna block
would.
like crazy.
Terry would.
Yeah, probably. I see burnt rubber media out there in the chat, so I don't know.
Always trying to start drama up on Friday.
Well, yeah. Drama got to be stirred up as broadcasters, but I mean, we keep picking drivers here, and they keep getting wrecked out. So I don't know. I don't know who to even look at. I know Dean, obviously, right there with fresh tires. Matt Smith sitting there third with 40-lap old tires, same as Kevin Gibney. I don't know if either one of them can hang on past, with Dean. But Corey Kobe, the one I was talking about earlier, he's sitting here in fourth. He's that guy that I was talking about. It's real methodical. You don't see him flashing on the screen.
Kevin chose the inside.
Well, yeah, it is surprising because he said he was going to make Dean run the inside. Maybe he was trying to change the theory. I don't know. But yeah, looking through the field, I mean, Corey Kobe sitting here fourth. That's who I was talking about earlier as being methodical, coming through the field. You don't see him flashing on screen a whole lot. But if he can make it through some of these incidents that he's been running into the last 3 races, I knew he could be here at the end. Dylan McDonald coming back up through the field, Blake Henderson coming back up through the field, and Greg Wood, the one we've talked about being aggressive, he's right there too in 7th still. And your original pick, Guy Clem, coming back up through the field. He's now in 8th.
Just can't pick them.
Well, I got no picks left. Well, no, I do have picks. I have 1 pick
I'm
left.
just saying, you just gotta leave them.
Yeah, I can't do anything on there. I'd like to see a specific car that is not. Well, I won't give the name.
Side.
I don't know why he chose the inside. That is a good question. Dean getting the jump though, going to beat him back to the finish line. I don't know if that disqualifies him on the restart, but Dean beat him back to the finish line. The 31 was the lead car and the control car for the start of the restart. So, but the 31 just blew his doors off on the inside line. And we got another caution. Looks like the 22 is part of this one. The 22 is busted. Let's go take a look at this one. Looks like Shad and Hunter Whitlock might have been part of this too. Oh, 22 got tagged by somebody there in the bright blue car. Shad had nowhere to go. Somebody else right there with him had nowhere to go. Who was that? It's the 90 of Angel Santiago. Double taps the 22. And he takes out the 35, which takes out the 88, and takes out a couple others there too. I'm not sure what that was. Even looking at it, it looks like he double taps the 90, double taps the 22, and sends him around. I mean, he tapped him once, got him loose, tapped him a second time, and sent him around. That takes out, I believe that's the 21 of Alfred Denny. That's the 35. Also involved in that one, Hunter Whitlock. And then 22 and 88 also involved. Appreciate the bit drop there, Burnt Rubber Media. Hope your race spot broadcast went well tonight.
I don't even know who to pick anymore.
I'm still picking my original one that I sent to you. I will say, though, I do like the car that is in front of that car that I like. I'd like to see him get a win.
I know who it is. I'm going to mention it. I'll mention it and he'll probably tell him that will probably happen.
I would say let's test that theory, but I don't want to test it on him, so.
No, he's running good.
Yeah, he's avoided several incidents tonight, so I'd like to see him get up here and get this. let's run that commercial real quick again. Elite Performance Industries, setups. They'll help you with strategies. They'll help you with schemes. They run training courses. They have apparel online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Look up Elite Performance Industries. Last commercial for Elite Performance Industries. We are coming to 1 to green. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull Corey Kobe in here real quick. Corey, you got a copy of this? Is Watson Hunter up in the booth.
What's going on?
What's going on, Corey? You are sitting 4th right now. That hot Cheeto machine looks like to be really on fire coming up through the field. What do you got for this end?
I'm going to give it everything I can. Still looking for that first league win, so this would be huge for me.
I'm pulling for you, buddy. I hope you can get it. I'd love to see you get that first win. These guys up front, though, the first guy has old tires, second guy has the same set as you, and third has old tires. So you're in a good position here, bud.
I know. No pressure, right?
No pressure. No pressure at all. Just take that hot shooting machine to the finish line.
I promise I'm going to push that pedal down as far as we'll go.
Are you willing to throw the Briscoe move?
I'm going to try to get it clean.
All right. Well, hopefully we see you here at the top 3 in the podium after interviews, and good luck, bud.
Thank you so much, man.
I know Corey, he really wants to be clean. He does not want to win it that way. So
we're just asking everybody about a Briscoe move tonight.
Yeah, then he's one of the first ones to say I wouldn't do it. So the rest of them all said they would.
But he could be saying that.
Yeah, it's true. He could say it was an accident. Briscoe came up and said it was an accident to Reddick. So, but we are going to go green for the 3rd time for the green-white checkered. Dean and Kevin Gibney on that starting row, both firing off.
What's a good
Whoa, 4th place did not get a good start there, or he bailed on, went down to the bottom, tried to get a run.
Hit Matthew.
Matt Smith on old tires battling Dean.
Oh.
Gives him a little bit of a nudge through the corner. That's going to allow the 31 of Kevin Gibney to get away a little bit.
That's what Kevin Gibney wants. This is not
Dean
what Kevin
settling
Gibney
back
wants.
into 2nd, though. Closing in. Oh, Gibney gets loose.
Kevin.
56 gets loose. 56 off track on the grass. That's going to allow Matt Smith to come flying up. Corey Kobe sitting right there in 3rd, going underneath Gibney. No, Gibney or Corey gets loose.
No way.
Matt Smith on old tires going to be out front in front of Kevin Gibney and Corey Kobe as they come through the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. 29 car still out front. Gibney looking low. I don't know if he can get there, Hunter.
No.
They're going to come off a 4.
Oh.
Matt Smith gets loose. Gibney coming down to the bottom. Oh! And it's going to be Matt Smith taking the victory tonight at Las Vegas by a half car.
And a lot of people almost choked the race off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there off of 4. Somebody might have checked for oil because there was a lot of guys getting loose there. Dean on fresh tires.
Slit that
Yeah. Dean had it, and he got loose. And then Corey had a great run coming, and then he got tight and got a little loose when he tried to correct it.
Kevin Gibney won. He gave him a little bump there.
That was close, dude. That was. We're gonna go back and look at this finish. That was an awesome finish.
It's like every time in the finish, we have a good. Every time in the booth, we have a good finish.
You need to come back more often. I would definitely enjoy it. So, let's go up here and look all the way back to when Dean went off track. So, Matt Smith passed Dean. So let's check this. See, as we see him here, they're going to come around turn 1. Matt Smith right there.
I thought Corey could have had it for a minute.
He tags Dean just a little bit, moves him up the track out of the groove. Dean gets a run, though, because he didn't have to stay down on the bottom. Is able to clear the 29 going into 3 and 4. He gets right in the draft of the 31. 31 starts to get a little loose. Then 56 gets loose. At 56, 31 was able to keep it on the apron. 56 went down in the grass. That allowed Matt Smith to get underneath the 31. Corey Kobe right there trying to go underneath, and you see the front end of his car. He loses it, slides it up the track just a little bit to avoid the 31. 31 gets a great run out of turn 2. Closes back in on the 29. He looks low in 3 and 4. He's trying to carry that momentum through the corner, and right here, Matt gets loose. So I thought this is where, Gibney was going to come back and take this from him. He switches it up on Smith, and, I mean, he's right at the middle of the car as they come across the finish line. That was an insane finish.
Unreal racing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, my original pick got 8.
Yeah.
Kai Klim comes home with 8th place.
My original pick finished 6th, and my backup finished 14th.
3rd.
No, my backup was 5th. So
that's right.
Corey was the one I didn't want to name. So.
Well, he had a shot. He had a shot for sure.
Yeah, I thought I'd love to see him get a win here. I know he's been pushing hard for it. So, but let's send it to intermission real quick. We'll be right back with the top 3 finishers. All right, we're here at Burnout Lane with KS Gaming Broadcasting. I'm joined in the booth with Hunter. Hunter, we're going to bring up 3rd place. That's Corey Kobe to the booth real quick. Give him a good talking to. Sure. I'll take him.
Free guy.
Yeah, see what he says. All right, Corey, you got a copy of this of Swats and Hunter in the booth.
Yes, sir. Got you.
All right, bud. You were able to bring it home 3rd tonight. You had a little bit of a shot there going through turn 1 and 2. It looks like you lost the nose of the car a little bit, got tight or something. Try to stay off the 31. And then as they were coming to the finish line, I thought the two of them were going to wreck each other out, and you were sitting there just ready to go in the catbird seat. But a great finish for tonight. You've had some bad luck these first 3 starts, getting caught up in other people's stuff. Nothing on your doing, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I know how good you are. I know how skilled you are, methodical. The way you drive is super clean. So I expected to see you up here. I just was waiting for when it was going to happen. And here we are at Las Vegas, finishing 3rd.
Yeah, definitely. Heart's still pounding a little bit because I got a sniff of that win, but it was just, I think part of that smooth, methodical driving kind of hurt me. The cars were so eager to get loose when you get back on throttle, and I saw the other guys were getting really, really loose, and I was just trying to not wreck myself out and take myself out, honestly. And I saw those two getting loose on the front straightaway and was thinking that was my last shot. But definitely pumped to, whenever you're contending and you're up there and getting interviewed and things like that. Obviously, I'm getting there and I'm getting better and better and closer. So definitely gonna take away from this is positive, and just got to get that win. Got to get it. I felt that pressure for sure.
Well, I know you race in a few different leagues, and I want to be a little selfish and say I really hope you get it here so I can interview you here. Knowing you so long from the console side and coming over to iRacing, I'd love to be the one to call it. I know there's probably some other ones out there. Pete would probably be one that would love to call it. I'm sure Atlanta or Rick, any of those would probably love to call it too. So you've got definitely some people out there pushing and backing you up if you can get that win. So close tonight. I know it's not, the win, but I think this could turn around your season as you've had some bad luck in those first 3 races, and now to bring it home third on the first mile and a half. The first 3 races were not mile and a half tracks, and now we're going into the meat of the schedule here. We got North Wilkesboro next week. I don't know what do you got going towards North Wilkesboro?
I'm sure it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of wrecking and things like that. This league's still kind of wrinkling out the, whatever. And like I said, I'm not showing up to not get better and better. And this was a really good shot in the arm. And I'm quietly trying to get better. I don't practice a whole lot during the week, but I think I'm getting more and more comfortable on here and putting myself in position more and more. And I just got to close it out. I got to be more aggressive, kind of stop being so clean, I think is kind of hurting me, but definitely going to enjoy that this week.
Well, I don't want to jinx it, but I know what the next race is after North Wilkesboro, and I know how dominant you are at that track from console side. Did that roll over to the iRacing side?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
I absolutely love Indianapolis.
So you see it coming on the schedule.
Yeah. I feel just as comfortable there, and I think that honestly, if
how would that feel though to get that win there, being an Indianapolis kid right?
Oh yeah, I would. That would be super
to
special.
win at your home track. You've been there several times.
Yeah. Yep, and we all have our own little career we've built up online racing, and that would be, especially in the 10 car, I'll run the Tide car and Red One in '97. That would be awesome. So I'll definitely be putting time in for that one for sure.
Well, I'll be crossing my fingers, and I'll try not to make my pick for that race, and try not to jinx you or nothing. But definitely looking forward to that one. Hunter, you got any last questions for Corey?
No, just don't jinx him next. Just don't jinx my Indy.
I mentioned Boone right as he spun, so I was like, I'm not mentioning nobody anymore. But
I mentioned Bryce, and then the man goes off and wrecks.
I got enough pressure on myself, but that's
everybody we seem to mention, they went off the track. So
don't say my name for the next 2 weeks, please.
Keep my name out your mouth. I heard you.
Just don't say the Indy.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now I won't say his name. But Corey, any shout outs for you, bud?
Yeah, shout out to my team, Wes Fuller and Shad and Matt Boone. We're kind of the cleaner guys on the track, and we don't really work a lot during the week, but when we are in race mode, we work well together, and I think we're all fast. We're going to be winning races, I think, and just shout out to you for doing the broadcast, and just really grateful to be part of all of this. Honestly, it's so fun.
Well, definitely appreciate you being here. I've really enjoyed seeing you and Boone and Shad and Wes out here. Obviously, knowing you three, Shad and Shad I've known for 34 years,
right.
But Boone and you, obviously knowing you guys from console side, watching you guys come over, and then being in this league that I'm broadcasting, I'm really enjoying seeing you guys out on track, and the finishes are coming. I hope. Boone's out here taking all the poles, and now you're finishing in the top 3. So just got to get Shad and Wes to come up through the field as well. They've been kind of struggling with getting wrecked out or caught up in other people's stuff. So I'm sure your team will definitely bounce back and be one of the stronger teams towards the end of the season.
Well, I appreciate your support, and hopefully we can we'll be talking victory lane here soon.
All right. Well, I'll send you back down to your team, and we'll bring in the second place finisher.
Thank you, bub.
All right, Hunter. I'm going to bring in Kevin Gibney in the 31, bringing it home second tonight. Go ahead and do his interview.
Hey, Kevin, it's Hunter. Do you got a copy?
Loud and clear.
So, ran a fantastic race. Stayed out with mixed strategy. Ours were very loose, track conditions, nighttime, you name it. talked to you a couple of times during the race. Wish you could have pulled off the win. What more could you have done?
I think I could have went high there coming to the flag. I think I had the momentum to get around him, but other than that, I don't think there was anything I could do. Not get loose coming out of 4 would have helped too. I think I would have had the win sealed by then, but hope I gave y'all a good finish with Matt on my outside.
Yeah, it was definitely a good finish. I also noticed when I was talking to Schwartz a little bit, I was like, I'm surprised you took the bomb because when we talked to you, you said you won the fourth D on the bottom and you gave him the top on the restart. I'm curious to know what was going through the mind on that restart there. Would you just choose the opposite and decide maybe you want to drive on the outside? Just try the inside that time?
With the bottom, especially like coming to a green flag, it's just easier to hold there and it's faster. So, as you saw, I pulled away from him on restarts, but he would catch me, coming out of 2. So I think with that little bit of a lead coming off of 2, I could block him and make him take the bottom and hopefully spun out, which he did. Which, rest is history after that.
You feel confident going next week at North Wilkes-Barre?
I have a soft spot for Wilkes-Barre. I don't know how I'll do next week. I just definitely need to get some practice in. But I don't know about confident, but I would say comfortable.
Alrighty, well, any shout outs for you?
My mom, my family for always watching. My team at Deep always giving me the support, and giving me more support throughout the race. Dan at DEP Paints, awesome paint scheme. I expect nothing less out of him. Sewer Bros, something custom. Ground and Hounds Coffee, Old Timer Hat Company. Circle B Diecast. Use code DEEP for save a few bucks off your first purchase.
All right, well, you have a great night. Put on a great show. Wish you could have pulled it off.
I do too.
You have a good one.
You too.
All right, well, that was our second place finisher of Kevin Gibney having the fastest lap of the night on track. So definitely had a good race and brings it home second, just one short shy of the overall win. But we will bring our winner up, Matt Smith, in that 29 machine, able to get by the 31 on that last lap pass. Matt, you got a copy, buddy. This is Swats and Hunter in the booth.
Got a copy.
All right, bud. You you had an amazing turnaround there at the finish here. A caution comes out late. You were sitting there second. I got to ask about the caution first. The caution came out. It seemed like it came out late. You were behind Dean going into, I think, turn 1, and then it looked like Dean let off, and you went past him, and then the caution came out. Was there any confusion there on when the caution was coming out or something? Because Dean definitely let off.
Yeah, he let off, but as far as I know, there wasn't any confusion on my end. Just hard race, and when caution comes out, we go back at it again.
Well, you definitely took advantage of the spot. You fell back to third for the next caution, and then when that restart happened, Dean got loose on the bottom. You came flying through. You made the pass, then you got loose. Then the 31 got loose. Turn 4 just looked really bad as you guys were coming out of there, but you got a little loose coming out of 4, and he started making a run on you to the finish line. You went low, then you went high. He went low, or went high, went low, and finished about a half car at your door. What were you thinking as you were coming around that last lap after you took the lead?
I was thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm in this position. I just wanted to keep the car as straight as I could because tonight the car is extremely loose off the corners, as you can see, and just trying to put her in the position to be in for the win, and that's what I did. And I'm glad it worked out for me.
Well, you get the 4th win of the season here, of the 4th race, and you get the win for the season or for the race. 4th different winner of the season so far. Next week going to North Wilkes-Barre. Do you have any confidence or any knowledge of the track as far as driving on it with these next gen cars?
Yeah, actually I do. The track's actually a lot of fun. I think we're gonna have a great race for you guys to broadcast. The car's flat, the track is flat. The car likes flat tracks a little bit better than the Gen 6s. I think we'll be putting on a good show for you guys.
Well, we definitely hope that we can get a good show again like tonight. That finish was amazing. I went back and replayed it for the people out there that was watching, that watched the whole last lap. It was incredible. You guys making passes and getting loose and making passes still, and then coming to the finish line with you and Kevin being half a car separating you guys. I don't know where you're at up in the points. I know you were somewhere in the
I think
top
it was about
10.
8th.
Yeah, you were somewhere in the top 10. So, trying to pull it up now. All right, you are currently listed 8th. So you come out here, you lead a lap, you get the win. Should move you back up through. Where did you finish in the stages, bud?
I think the first stage was 13th, and the second stage I think was 5th.
Okay, well, you're going to get some big points for a second stage then. So that should help you climb up through. The leader in the points, Mark Parkhurst, was not here tonight, so that should allow a few of you guys to move up a position. But any shout-outs for you?
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to Brandon at E-Snacks and Ace of Apes for sponsoring my car this year. The brands of his vape juice are on the hood and on the sides, and appreciate him and his business.
Gotcha. Well, that 29 car definitely looks good. I vape as well, so I might have to look into that.
Awesome.
But
aceofapes.com.
well, we definitely appreciate you coming up into the booth and giving us a show tonight. Look forward to seeing what you can do next week at North Wilkesboro. Hunter, got any last questions for our winner?
I think he's muted.
I think there he is.
Not really. I mean, besides just everybody going chaos and getting loose on the last lap, giving us a show.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys. You know, you guys do a fantastic job at broadcasting our races for us, and keep up the good work, guys.
I definitely appreciate
Try
it.
to. I'm very driving. I am a broadcaster.
Yeah, Hunter was a last second fill-in for tonight. I didn't have anybody in here with me, but he was in the second race with me at Michigan, was able to call that race. Definitely appreciate him coming up in here. It's a lot to do when you're by yourself, having to click everything and talk and try to keep up with all the different cards and stuff, but definitely appreciate Hunter coming up in, and definitely appreciate you guys out on track. Tonight was, I mean, yeah, there were some cautions. Obviously, you had 11, but 2 of those were stages, so I mean, I'm okay with a few cautions here and there. I think it makes good racing, and I know there's a few guys out there not happy with the last set of cautions there at the end, but that's what hard racing does at the end of a race. Everybody's wanting that position, and I mean, like you yourself, you went out there, you took first, and were able to bring it home first and get the win.
Yeah, for as loose as these cars were, I'm honestly surprised we didn't have more cautions. A lot of the guys showed a lot more control as compared to last week. And hopefully we continue to be on the rise from here.
Well, we'll see what happens next week at North Wilkesboro. I'm excited as they announced earlier this weekend, North Wilkesboro will be bringing back some racing by the fall of this year, and then hopefully with the repave next year, bring some truck racing into North Wilkesboro. So being that I live in North Carolina, I'd love to be able to go to that old track and watch that race. So Rockingham would be another one once they can get that thing built or rebuilt and refixed up and everything else. So love that the tracks are coming back to North Carolina. We've got a few already, but I'd love to see those 2 come back.
Yeah, well, we'll load her up and try to get a dub for next week.
All right, we'll send you back down to Deep Racing, and thanks for coming up in.
All right, thanks, fellas.
A good one.
All right, Hunter, that's going to wrap the race up here. I appreciate you coming into the booth. I know it was last minute that I reached out to you to see what you were doing tonight. Obviously, I love having you up here. I think you could definitely do some commentating in the future. You got the the skills on track to be able to push those over into the
Maybe
booth.
want to
and
retire from racing.
Well, that's what I did. You have better luck than I do. I keep getting wrecked out of races, so I just said I'm just gonna retire. Well, if you get wrecked out as many as I did, then maybe you'll retire too. But you seem to be being up front and winning a lot of races, so I wouldn't retire either. No. So, but yeah, thanks for coming up in, and like I said, you're always welcome here in the booth. Next week, North Wilkesboro, Indianapolis, following that, then Phoenix. Then we go to the road course of Sonoma, then Talladega. Still got to work on getting the old Super Speedway guru up in here, and hopefully we can get him in here for Talladega. Then we go to Charlotte. That could be a great race too. Then Charlotte Roval the next week, so 2 races at Charlotte, and then Kansas, and then Atlanta.
We're back at Daytona.
Yeah, then we Watkins Glen, another road course. So
Glen seems interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. We go to Martinsville and then Daytona to end the regular season. Then that All-Star race at the LA Coliseum, that's gonna be nuts. And then the playoffs start, so it's gonna get interesting over the next several months here.
Arlington, one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens here. But that's going to be it for us tonight. Appreciate everybody out in the booth. Appreciate the bit drops from Burnt Rubber and a few others out there. I think Shad dropped some bits. Somebody else dropped bits earlier. But yeah, appreciate everybody out there. Catch us next week, next Monday. Not sure who have in the booth. Hunter, if you want to be here, you're more than welcome to be here. Also, I mean, Steven's out there. I think Terry, a couple others. Zach Meredith, anybody is welcome to come up in the booth and sit here and talk racing and stuff like that. So catch us next week.